this a movie podcast now?
We need to do a movie
Could be.
podcast.
And we can call it not another movie podcast.
Not that one podcast that you thought was another podcast.
I've been wanting to do one for sure, actually.
Yeah, I feel like I go see quite a bit.
Especially this summer when I think I knocked out about 20 or 30 movies.
Bro, and Weapons comes out this weekend too.
Yup.
Gotta go see that.
That's on the list for this weekend for sure.
God damn it.
All right, let's see.
That just seems like a bad idea. Scrolling through shit that's been updated recently in the self-hosted community, and someone put out a wedding gallery manager with the ability for people to create public uploads to your wedding profile. Like that doesn't sound like a good idea. Why would you ever allow the public to just upload shit to your wedding photos?
Hey, Samuel Tageek is a married man.
What? When did
Yeah.
that happen?
Friday.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Yeah.
Join the club, buddy.
Good on him.
Yeah, it was very proud of him. My Friday was
That's just
bonkers. We'll talk about that in a second though. All right. Welcome to the Blue Rupees Podcast, episode number 307. I'm Adrian. That's David. That's Kels. Yeah, our names are still funky. So are they still?
hell yeah.
I'm not even
Just
gonna
give
leave
me
names
names now.
on. Huh?
Yeah, they're not even.
No, fuck it. I'm from now on.
the
I'm
stream.
Enrique. We're going with that.
That's racist.
You can't prove that.
Yeah, I'm too
Later,
lazy to set
parents.
names. I'm not even gonna do that. Every week.
You should know who we are by now, and if it's your first time watching, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that should be the way we introduce it. Oh, we can say fuck at the first 7 seconds now. You know that?
Oh,
YouTube,
Really?
YouTube lets you monetize with the first 7 seconds. So you just every episode, just all right, motherfuckers, what's up? How
We're
are
here
you?
to pull our assholes wide open.
But yeah, we go on youtube.com/@BlueRupees to talk about video games and a lot of stuff. It'll probably be a movie podcast this week, so we should do a movie podcast eventually. But for now, no. But we skipped a week, so we have a lot. This is gonna be a heavy episode this week because we got a lot of stuff to go through. But before
Yeah.
all that, gentlemen, let's talk about it. We've been busy. Kel's been busy. Kel's getting some big
very
time
busy.
Rush.
peaks there, right?
Yeah.
You got some big time rush going.
yeah.
How did Vegas go?
It was really good. Like we were talking about earlier, got to see Fantastic Four at a cool news movie theater there. It was just an AMC, but it was Dolby, so that was fucking awesome to see it that way.
Good shit.
But other than that,
Dolby.
the tournament was a lot of fun. Got a lot of cool goodies.
Did you collect
That's
all of
swag.
the prostitute trading cards you could?
No, dude, I was so busy at the goddamn like convention that like I couldn't go out and do hardly anything. So we get there and day one, like I had to play through day one because I didn't get a day two bye. So I went 6-2. That's all I needed. 6 wins to make it to day two.
Bro
Hit it my
said,
last
"All
game.
right, let me play it out of my fucking mind right now."
Yeah, let me just fucking get this shit. But it took me all fucking day. And we ended up leaving there at like 8 that time. And so that's normally like 10 our time. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm fucking tired. I've been playing cards all day. I just get me some food.
Yeah.
So we get food and crash out. So then back again, same day, day two. Didn't do as good. Didn't I forget what the threshold was. I think it was 6 wins again out of 8 rounds, and I went 4-4. So
Close.
crashed out, but close. But I got enough tickets and prizes and everything from that I got some really cool shit that I got to bring home with me. That's surprisingly like shooting up in value now. So that's really cool.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Congratulations.
But it was a fun experience. It was my first time competing in like a TCG like that, and to go to the Nats and do that, and officially placed in like the top 300 players of the world. That was really cool.
Let's go. Hell yeah, dude.
Yep. Only up from here.
Anything else been going on those last 2 weeks, or was that just the big main thing?
Shit, that and like you said, watching a ton of movies. So got a lot of talk.
Yes, sir. David, what you been up to the last 2 weeks?
Hell yeah. Helped do some moving for some people.
Ew.
So yeah, watched movies with friends.
Hell
Major software movement project at work, which is still ongoing, just in time for Patch Week to be around the corner. So yeah, boring.
It happens. I'm back at work.
Sad day.
Back at it. For that, let's see. I went to the Aquabats last week. That's why we're not on last week. Fantastic show.
Almost went to that as well.
It was so
'Cause
good.
It came by like 2 nights later.
Yeah, you need to go because it was it sold my my girlfriend on it for sure. Funny enough, the belt's right there. I forgot to wear the belt. I wore everything else. Forgot to wear the belt but by the time I got online. But I always told her, I was like, we have kids. Like that's always like that's gonna be their first show, and she already believed me. She's all right. But then yeah, when she was out there, she's like, okay, I get it now. Like 100%. They're super cool for that. The Coffin Cats who opened for them also fantastic. She loved them. They were they were a band that had the cello bass instead of just a regular bass guitar. They had cello bass, which is super cool to see. But fantastic show as usual, as per usual. Last Friday was the fucked up day for me. I went to a Smash tournament in Reno this weekend. Friday, first day back from work, got done with that, rushed home, got dressed, went out to up north to see a buddy. Which congratulations, Samuel, to Geek of old YouTube fame. He is a married man now.
The greatest rival of El Presador.
Yeah. Got to see that. So it was cool to see him go there. And originally the plan was that I was going to get a flight. I was going to drive up north about an hour, go just drop by to see him make that married man finish line, and then run back and had a flight at 9. That got delayed till like 11:30. And I didn't think about it. Aside from that, because I forgot the time change. I'm like, okay, I guess I should still make my connecting flight because I'm supposed to be in Reno at like midnight. The more I thought about it, I was like, that doesn't make sense. So I called and they're like, yeah, you're not going to make that connecting flight. So you'll need to rebook a different flight. So I booked one for like 6 a.m. that morning. And I landed in Reno at 9:20 a.m. The tournament started at 10 a.m. And my first round was a doubles match with my best friend to play against 2 Steves. So I was like, I really am just flying into fucking Reno, landing and going into play as 2 Steves. If I lose that, I'm going to crash the fuck out. Like, I swear to God, I was like, if I fly out here to this fucking city and lose against 2 Steves out the gate, you are not going to see me in a good mood. I'm probably going to drop out of the tournament. I'm that fucking not okay with it. And straight up, he picked me up. The plane got delayed a little bit, so he picked me up. We land in, and we walk in the venue, and our match is up. Like I'm straight up. They look at us like, all right, cool, your match is up. Like, oh shit, all right, cool. I am not locked in at all. This tournament, I have not really been practicing too much. I went to a local the day before, didn't really do that well, but again, just had a lot going on the last like week, getting ready for work, and then the last 2 weeks, honestly. And then that my Twin Peaks binge has definitely come between me and grinding out Smash. But we lost the first game. I look at it, I'm like, all right, we're locking in. Like, we need to lock in and clean up the next one. So cool. Won that match, lost against some SoCal PR team, and then went to losers and out the gate lost against NorCal PR team. So I went 1-2. And then singles, I proceeded to go 0-2 for the second time in my life. But it was a fucking stacked tournament. Like, they had like the best Kirby in the world there, like the second best Meat Gunner in the world there, like just random people that were just like at there, and it was like a small like 100-some people tournament. So it was fucking stacked. So my round 1, I lost against someone that got like maybe 17th place around there. And then I just locked out after that. I was kind of disappointed in myself. So I lost against the Villager I really should have beat. But it is what it is. I was bumming out for a bit, and then I thought about it. I was like, I just wasn't ready for that. Plus, what a crazy schedule! Like hopping in and out like that. I was like, I'm gonna give myself some leeway. But it was cool connecting with the homies. I saw a lot of Arizona that I had not seen in a hot minute. I've not seen them since like Smash 4 days. So we had a big connecting time with that. I saw another buddy who I saw earlier, like last month, because he flew out, but didn't really get to talk to him too much. So him and I and other friends got to connect. So it was worth it for that alone. The flight back was hell. Left at 2 their time. It was supposed to get home at 9 o'clock my time, which, all right, whatever. We were stuck on the plane for an extra hour on the tarmac because I don't know why. Because there was the baggage was too heavy. So they had to figure out something for like an hour to figure out how to get that to work. And then what's up, Trey 50? And then I was in Vegas. My plane was supposed to leave at around 6:15. Got delayed to 7:15, but they were like, "Yeah, we're just making sure. Got to make sure this flight's safe for everyone." And I'm like, interesting verbiage. And they're like, "Yeah, we'll figure out whenever we'll figure out what you know." And then everyone got a text at the same time. And got delayed for like 2 or 3 hours. I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I'm getting home at like midnight. And I have work, and this was last night. Sunday night. And then I'm not gonna get into this part really, but there was something that popped up of a bit of a crisis I had to deal with, like an hour before the flight happened. And I'm like, cool.
Oh, shit.
I've had to make so many phone calls, and I was hustling everything, and I was like, oh god, this is a nightmare. They're like, all right, can we give you a
Are
call?
you okay though? Or is
I'm
everyone
good.
okay?
It's not involving me. It's involving work related.
You don't have to go into any details. Just as long
work related
as,
purposes that required a lot of phone calls. So I made a phone call. They're like, hey, we got to give you a call back. I'm like, I'm gonna be in the air. So here's someone else you can call back about that. They're like, all right, cool. And then I told her, I was like, hey, I can't make this call, but here, you know all the details as much as I do, so please do that. She was like, cool, but I had called them late. Again, I'm an hour behind, and it's already late in Vegas. I land, and then I look at my phone, and she's like, hey, they called back, but I was asleep. My bad. I'm like, it's fine. Like, that's not your fault. Like, I called you last second, so I get everything seems fine right now, but holy stressor, Batman. I already hate flights. I have a massive fear of flying, but like adding stress of like, oh god, was a lot. But yeah, I've been running around a lot. But as Kel's mentioned earlier, a lot of movies did happen, so that's definitely going to be of mention here a little bit. But I was gonna say, I had to take something really quick. What I would actually love for you guys to divert and talk about early before we get into movie talk. You guys want to spiel about Evo for a little bit? I was not there to, unfortunately. I was ready to like, all right, I'm gonna be stuck in. It's like, how appropriate. I'll be stuck in Vegas. I could just kind of like pop on a stream and like do that. The airport apparently there was storms in Georgia, which fucked a lot of things up, like a domino effect. And then apparently there was like a internet outage that fucked up a lot of flights too. So like my buddy who was staying at that tournament too, him and his wife were supposed to had like an overnight flight out of Reno to get home in Texas. It got delayed till 4 p.m. the next day, which is a super nightmare. But there were so many flights getting like messed around, like delayed left and right. So that was
stuff like that makes me really happy that we just went ahead and bit the bullet and we drove to Vegas instead of flying, because I had a bunch of friends, locals, that went to Vegas as well, and some of them got delayed almost a full day, like 12 plus hours.
Yeah, for whatever reason, currently like there's just a lot of flights getting fucked. What was your route? You drove through New Mexico, but where?
Yeah, no, we just went straight through was it like I-40?
Did you drive through Albuquerque?
40. Kinda. I mean, it was kind of like, oh, there's the exit. There's Albuquerque.
Okay.
Yeah. So next time I'm wanting to plan it out a little bit more, like get more leadway before
Yeah,
and
drop
at
by.
the end, just so I can make stops.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we were just like, we have to make
No,
a
no,
straight
no.
there,
You,
and we
I,
kind of make a straight back.
I
So,
didn't put two together. I'm like, yeah, you drove, and that's a long drive for you.
yeah.
But honestly, like
No, dude, I seen that Pizza Barn sign. I was like, oh shit, that
that.
kinda
Yeah. Oh,
sounds
yeah.
good.
That's
We'll
what it
be in the
was. Yeah,
car
because you did drive by.
forever.
Yeah, yeah. If you know what though, what did you say that? Because if you said Pizza Barn, it's a little bit of a drive out. I probably would have just met you there. Say, yeah, I'm dropping at the Pizza Barn. I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
cool. I'm getting ready. I'm headed out then.
Hell yeah, we'll have to do that next time.
100%. But yeah, no. You know what I was hoping? I was so hoping, and I was like, kind of like, fuck it, I'll do it. You know, when they say like, hey, we have too many people on this flight, we got to sell, because every flight, both the last flight, like the flights home, were booked like max, like everything is taken. I was really hoping it would finally, that time would have come where they're like, all right, guys, we'll give $700 to the first one that is. I'm out. I'm like, cool. Yep.
Dude, that happened to my wife twice because she travels for work. That happened to her twice and she turned it down. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And they offered like a lot. It was like 1,000 or like 1,500.
Dude,
or something like that.
there was someone at the tournament who I guess he fucked his doubles partner over by not showing up, but he rolls up and he's like, bro, they offered me a $1,200 visa. And they're like, no, that's bullshit. He's like, nah, really. He pulled out his phone. He's like, look, it's already loaded on my phone. There's $1,200. I was like, oh, 100%. If I knew I was fighting two Steves, I would have fucked over my friend and been like, no, fuck that, dude. I'll take you out to food. Let's go get something for fancy, brother. I ain't doing that shit easy. I will say,
We're hitting up the buffet.
I will say, down 102, but I was like, I can't just go 0-2 and not get anything out of this. So I was like, I need a money match. One or two people. Like I was like, but with the state of Smash, I need to know who you play before I do that, because I'm not doing some bullshit like you use use Steve or like Pyramith or someone. I'm not doing DLC shit. So I need to know. And there was a Cloud player I was gonna money match, but I had found him too late, and by the time they were breaking down the venue and he was kind of going home, and I was like, I don't want to play you when I'm like, I don't want to drag it out of you. Like I'm not gonna be a dick about it. But there was one guy that money matched my friend. He's like, I'm not doing anything, but he'll do it. I was like, yeah, I'll money match you, whatever. And we're setting up, and then he looks over and he's like, my bad, I didn't know who they played. I'm like, oh motherfucker, I don't know. I didn't even ask, but I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm already sitting down. And they pull out the Mies Swordman. I'm like, what the fuck? All right, let's figure this shit out. Won that one though, so I'm up. So it's all right. We went up.
May not have won the tournament, but he still won some money.
Yeah, it's all as long as I ended up. But yeah, no, I 100%. I was hoping. I was like, dude, pay me to get off this flight, and I'm down 100%. I'll run my ass a car, and I mean, like, I probably would have made it home around the same time anyway. So fuck it, you know, like that point. But yeah, I'm gonna dip out for a little bit. If you guys want to talk Evo, because do that. If you guys want to save just the Street Fighter or Tekken talk, if there's did you guys talk? You guys watched everything, right?
No.
What do you guys watch?
I watched Tekken and Street Fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, we watched Tekken and Street Fighter like top 24 of.
Which one do you think I'd be more interested in hearing how it went?
Honestly, I feel like the Street Fighter was the most interesting.
Cool.
Yeah,
Like
probably.
Tekken was fun until the grand finals.
So talk Tekken and loop me on the Street Fighter talk in a second.
All right. So starting with Tekken, go ahead.
Yeah. No, like the biggest thing about it was just like the Anna and Nina show, right?
Yeah, so here's the thing: is there was a lot of build up going into this year's Evo because former hero now turned villain Arslan Ash has been getting a lot of shit stirring going on around him because a lot of people have been coming out and saying, "Bro, Anna's like one of the most broken fucking characters. What the fuck is this shit?" And he's been like, no, she's not that bad. I mean, look at Brian. Brian is so ridiculously, stupidly broken. And Nee comes out of nowhere. It's like, all right, bet. Let's trade characters. You and me, let's go right now. You can use Brian, I'll use Anna. And Arslan Ash was like, it's gonna take me at least a year to learn Brian's kit. So I mean, so immediately I was like, what the fuck do you mean it's gonna take you a year to learn Brian? So what you're saying is he's not that broken at all.
Right.
So there was a lot going into this Evo. And so lo and behold, Arslan Ash and Arslan Ash Jr. Entered into the tournaments.
You call him by
Both
his name, sir. The
I don't I
autist.
don't I'm not calling him I'm not calling him by his name. It's too much like something else. And there were too many times I swore the commentators were being horrible people. Um, so we had Arslan Ash and Arslan Ash Jr. Both playing Anna predominantly throughout this tournament. And the US got knocked out in top 8. We at least made it to top 8, but we got knocked out. We didn't make top 8. That's right. We got knocked out before top 8.
Yeah, Nee didn't make top 8 either. That was
Yeah,
one
Need
of the
also did not
surprising-
make top 8, which is wild. Again, further demonstrating how broken Brian is. But
he lost on purpose.
yeah,
Tactical
he
loss.
threw. He was given a grand to throw to prove the character is not broken. It's all part of Big Brian conspiracy.
Yeah, he didn't want the nerfs.
So we didn't get Nee actually. We did get someone. Oh, I don't remember what country they were from, but there was someone from the West that was in there in the finals. But it was basically Korea, Pakistan, and like one kid from the EU.
I think we had some Japanese fighters. We had
Oh,
Nobi and
Nobi, that's right.
and Chikarin.
Yes, Chikarin. I was really fucking rooting for Chikarin. Goddamn.
Me too. You just got hard whenever he busted out his Lily.
I did, because speaking as a Lily maid, it's like, yes, represent my girl. But yeah, so it was kind of one of those sad things where there were some amazing fights. The Jack versus Brian match that we saw was phenomenal.
Yeah, Mayon Lee, I think it was.
Yeah.
Mayo Lee.
Mail-in or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was absolutely phenomenal. Jack, I honestly kind of looks fun in Tekken 8.
He looked like a lot of fun.
And I think that's kind of the key thing is like I really did not like Tekken 8 when it launched, and seeing it now looks like an entirely different game, because Tekken 8 at launch was a stupidly offensive game. It was just roll your face on the fucking controller and win game. And it feels like we've gone back to like proper thinking defensive Tekken. Like there's definitely some hyper aggressive moments that can happen.
Jesus.
But it feels more like Tekken that I remember. But yeah, so our grand finals was Anna versus Anna until Arslan Ash Jr. proved that he had the better Anna, and then Arslan Ash Sr. switched back to Nina, which is interesting because in both the winners finals and in the grand finals, he lost both times with Anna, and both times only won because he switched to Nina, which I did think was kind of interesting, that he doesn't actually potentially have that great an Anna.
No, I don't think he does either. I think it's all Atif's baby, and he kind of jumped on because he's like, yeah, Anna is really fucking good. But I think Nina, it's his crutch, it's his fallback, because they're kind of one in the same character, right? They have those characters that have really good poke, and they just have really good ability to get you to the wall and just keep you there.
Yeah, it's like King and Armor King. They have just enough of a similar game plan that you can kind of switch between them, but it's the minutia of how they're different.
For sure. And like one will probably get better over like a certain period of time, right? But it's you can pretty much go back and forth as long as you know the move set relatively well. And that's what it looked like, because I'm pretty sure these guys like train together, because I watched that Action documentary, and I think they're both from like the same area and came up playing Tekken.
Yeah, I think they're in the same team even.
I don't think that, because I remember looking at that. I think Arslan is like Red Bull, and then
That's right,
a different team.
I think he was like one of the ones that was like now that you say it, wasn't he one of the ones that actually was like a fan kind of sponsor thing?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I kind of wonder if like, Atif just found it and he's like, hey, look, she's good, and then Arslan just kind of hopped on his coattails and just kind of like, yeah, this is pretty good, let's ride it out. But I mean, it's smart, especially if you already main a character that's just like her, that plays really well. It's really smart to mix it up, hop on another character, and just kind of keep people on their toes, especially a new one. Because I'm pretty sure Anna's the newest character to the
Yeah, she
roster.
was the one that just came
Well,
out.
Fakuram, I guess, but
Oh,
Fakuram was
Falcaron,
like,
that's right. I forgot about him.
but I don't think he's like tournament legal, maybe, or I
No,
don't know
he
how that
is.
works.
It's just what's hilarious is when he released, everyone was like, "Oh, he actually released Balanced at launch."
Mm, gotcha. That or no one found the broken shit yet. But yeah, I think Anna's the newest one besides Fakuram.
Yep.
So it kind of makes sense. People have time to labor. People have time to find what works and what doesn't work, what strings work, and kind of flowchart it out a little bit. Which
Yeah.
was really
So
interesting too, because I just watching it doesn't really. I didn't see a whole lot of patterns in it. Like there's some combos they pull out in later rounds. Like, oh shit, we haven't even seen that at all.
Kels, I certainly saw some fucking patterns while we
Okay.
were watching.
Well, I
I,
did it to an extent. Like
I
it's like
certainly picked
in,
up on a certain pattern while we were fucking watching grand finals. Now, I'll admit, I am not good enough at any fighting game to get paid to do it as my career. But you know what pattern I did consistently see while we were fucking watching Evo?
yeah, just go lower, grab them.
Yeah, no one fucking one. Almost no one fucking is able to reverse throws, and two, no one blocks low. How the fuck do you not? Oh, and sidestep. Almost no one sidesteps
Mm-hmm.
in a actually three-dimensional fighting game.
Well, that was a big thing in a lot of those matches. You really seen the diff whenever like they finally kind of figured it out. Like, who was it on the Claudio? He had some sick wins where he just sidestepped through.
Yeah.
That was a big thing with him. He just sidestep and smash through him. It's like, okay, duh, this is what you need to be fucking doing. Engage your
And it
heat,
was
right?
even funnier because there were so many characters that just had really long animations for some of their moves to the point where like that Claudio player was able to fully circle to their back, not even just get like a quick,
Yep.
side shuffle in, but actually completely went around them during that time. Like, why is no one else doing this? Like, I get the
Yeah.
idea is that Tekken has counterplay to that because a lot of characters have homing moves, so that way they can kind of chase down. But no one was fucking using them. So why are you treating it like a 2D fighting game?
And a lot of those are just notoriously broken too, right? Like some moves hone whenever some moves shouldn't, and kind of like vice versa. So it's kind of like,
I
you know
mean,
what? You just got to play the 50-50. Like,
well, that was the kind of the big thing with a lot of the Mishimas is that so many of their best combo chains started with homing attacks.
yeah.
Which is also another interesting thing. I think this is the first time in like ever that a Mishima wasn't in top 8.
Yeah, there's only like I think one Jin that we've seen even in the top 24. That was kind of weird
Yeah.
to see.
No Jin,
And
no
Heihachi's
Kazuya.
like, is he not good now? That kind of makes me sad that Heihachi's not like being represented at all.
Also, the new poster child of the family, fucking Reina's not there. We saw one Lars.
Yeah, we did see a Lars. That made me that made me very happy. I think that was Chikrin too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That was Shikarin. And whenever he was like, "Excuse me, I need to go back to the real good character." But no, great time. I did enjoy my time watching it until the grand final. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not. Oh man, ooh, that's not sitting right. Snugness aside, I just think it's boring anytime you have a mirror match in the finals.
Sure.
I say that as I think it was like Evo 2015, I think it was, where like almost every grand final for every game was a mirror match of some kind. In Smash, it was a Fox mirror match. In Street Fighter, it was a Sagat mirror match. I don't remember the other games that were there that year, but like every fucking grand final that year was just a mirror match, and that shit's so fucking boring.
No, I definitely agree with you. Very boring.
All that character variety, and you decide to pick boring.
Yeah, and that's kind of what makes me sad too, especially because I feel like a lot of these fighting games, like I don't want that to be used as an excuse to not have bigger rosters, because bigger rosters are always fun. It's always cool to have that opportunity of choice and to see like your favorite character represented. But whenever you see like a niche few at the top, it's kind of like, okay, are they going to be I don't want anyone to be discouraged away from bringing in more.
Well, this is the thing. Everyone complains about like, oh, but whenever you have a massive roster, only like 9 characters matter. Anyways, who fucking cares? Because we always see every year there's someone from like fucking Mexico or France or
I mean, we seen a Yoshimitsu this year too. He almost made it into the top 8. He was like a win or two off. The one thing you have to understand is like between first place and 25th is a one loss difference. Because like 25th was 7-2. So I mean, these people lost 2 matches and Arslan lost 1 the whole way through. So I mean, it's one of those just weird, crazy things where it's that much of a difference. It's literally like a razor's edge. Like you could just find like one person that has your number and they beat you, and that just dropped you out right there.
exactly. And you know what? Fun tech isn't found unless people fuck around.
No, for sure. And it's really interesting, especially with long-standing games like Tekken. Like the guy playing Yoshimitsu is a Yoshimitsu like specialist, like from previous games as well. So it really gives opportunity and a lot of it gives a lot of reward to that for people dedicating their time to playing that one character or finding really good opportunities with that one character. It makes more fun when these games are able to carry through stuff to where you can kind of keep the same mechanics through games and be able to engage with it in the same way while having something new presented as well.
I will say that's one thing that I think has kind of become a lost art in the era of esports is I feel like we don't see character specialists as much
Oh,
anymore.
for sure. Because even like Arslan, like if you go through, he's not gonna have like maybe this year, yeah, because I think last year he won on Nina and this year as well. So I mean, of course, there's that overall top character, but he's been flipping through. Meanwhile, the guy on Yoshi, we literally only seen him on Yoshi. I think the casters mentioned him being able to play other stuff, but Yoshi's his guy, and that's really cool to see.
Yeah, because it's kind of one of those things where it's like when it is your livelihood to win all the
Yeah.
time. Jesus Christ, I don't know why my allergy suddenly decided this was the time to fucking kick in, but here we are. But when it's your livelihood to win these tournaments, and granted, on one hand, I'm glad that we live in a world where you know what you do. If you're able to sustain yourself and have a comfortable life playing video games, fucking Godspeed, you're living the dream as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's caused a lot of people to only chase the meta. You know, never did anyone, even at the height of like some of the most broken fighting games like Marvel or anything, people like cared about it, but the meta only mattered when you were in the absolute top peak of the game. But nowadays, even casuals come into it that mindset of like, oh, these are the top characters. Which of these top characters should I play? And everyone just looks at, okay, who is considered the top? No one's just like, hey, that's a weird motherfucker. I'm gonna just learn this one weird motherfucker and have a good time.
Yep. No, definitely. And you kind of see the same thing in TCGs. Like, there's good archetypes, so those people just gravitate towards it, and they really don't give it like maybe double red aggro is really good, so they're gonna immediately gravitate towards that because that's what's gonna be easy wins, easy for them, and what's kind of has a backing behind it instead of playing like your control deck or something. And kind of the same way
Exactly.
with fighting games, but luckily this year I feel like we've seen a lot of parity there, especially in Street Fighter, like we were talking
Yeah.
about. Um,
Uh,
because yeah, the mirror match was there for Tekken, but I feel like Street Fighter we definitely seen a lot of variety.
Yeah, we got a lot of variety with Street Fighter and also just some fascinating concept of the future legacy of the game. Again, I want to wait till Adrian gets back. He didn't give us an indication of how long he's going to be.
Yeah.
Um,
One thing that I thought was super interesting, not only seeing what was there, but seeing what wasn't there, because there are a lot of staples that you feel like would be there or should be there, and you just see none of it. And that makes you wonder, is like, damn, did they just get bad matchup like midway through the tournament, and that was their one loss that kind of led them down the wrong bracket?
well, that's why I was like, I'm surprised there's no Mishima. Like, there's
Yeah.
always a fucking Mishima in top 8 somewhere. Mishima is like the staple Korean player character for so many.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
Even
if
if
I
it's
even
not like
remember, I think
one of them proper, like maybe there's always like a Devil Jin or Devil Kazuya or something there as well.
exactly. All right, perfect timing, Adrian. Before we talk about Street Fighter proper, I want to quickly go over some of the game announcements that happened at Evo because
Yes,
there was
please.
some fun stuff
By
here.
the way, I've only heard one single thing from Evo, which is next year's Evo is actually doable for me. So I have extreme
You're
plans.
going to Singapore.
Yeah, exactly. I'm out. Let's see if Trump lets me back in. Not very likely. Hey, June is an Evo. Kino.
Yeah,
So
end of June.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of hilarious that Evo and CEO switched places.
I was kind of bummed though, honestly, because so whenever I was at my Nats, they announced the next Nats and it's next year for the same weekend, and the Evo's the weekend after. So I was like, ooh, I could just pull that and just be there like solid week.
Being in Vegas for a whole week sounds like hell, actually.
Agreed.
For those two things would be pretty sick, and
Sure.
especially if we could link up or do something with it. Like, hey, let's go to Evo. That'd be sick. But with it being in June, like you said, it is a lot more accessible though.
Yeah, so I'm very much if it's tough for you, I get it. But offer stands if anyone wants to do that. I've been wanting to do Evo for a while. It's been a hot minute. I think last one was 2019. I want to say. So yeah, I've already ran it by the girlfriend. I'm like, all right, cool. Next year sounds 100% doable. So I think I'm doing it next year.
I just want to crack down, enter my hyperbolic time chamber, and just fucking grind out games and go play at Evo. I think it'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to. Part of me wants to just do a spectator. Like I don't know how much more time I have it in me to grind. Just like doing the smash grind. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm not 20 anymore. I don't have it in me to grind too much.
I have responsibilities now.
I don't have it in me to grind too much when I
grinding, like you can just practice. Just
Yeah.
like if you're playing like an hour or two a day, just
Yeah.
keeping yourself fresh and getting in games and kind of keeping that muscle memory fresh.
Well, what we got to do is we got to wait until we're retirement age, because in Japan they have a yearly tournament for the elderly, and it's a 70+ registration.
let's say I think we're already there.
Did you see what won this year? It was a Panda. It was like a lady
Yes.
playing Panda, I think.
Yes,
That sounds hype as hell, actually.
there's a Panda main that won the elderly tournament.
Yeah, like I don't know if I have the time because I don't know. I didn't do fuck all this summer, but I watched a fuck ton of movies, and I was actually, the more I think about it, I'm like, actually that was kind of lit. The more I think about it, I'm like, I planted my ass on that couch and I watched so many fucking movies. Hype as hell. But
Good shit.
really, really quick before you get announcements. Overall, how'd how Tekken go?
Great until the grand finals.
What was
Even
grand
though they
finals?
weren't terrible, but
Okay, so so to give you the TLDR, so in the grand finals, we basically had Arslan Ash versus Arslan Ash Jr. And they were doing a Anna mirror match. The most broken character in Tekken 8 right now.
Hey, shout outs to Arslan Ash and shout outs to Sonic Fox. Y'all just keep winning, and I respect the fuck out of it.
Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
funny because he only won once he switched to Nina, but
Arslan?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Like, if you win, doing whatever you want. Like, everyone else has
No,
the same
it's
opportunity
just-
to do that, you know?
Again, he lived long enough to see himself become the villain with some of his interesting takes in the community. Because going into Evo, he was shit talking about how Brian is the most broken character in the game. Only one Brian made it into top 8, and it wasn't even Nee that made it into top 8. Meanwhile,
the person he was talking shit to.
yeah. Meanwhile, it was the 2 Anna players that made it into top 8, and also made it to grand finals.
Yeah, he's doing the old hand wave, like, oh, that's broken over there, while he's sitting on the most broken thing.
Yeah, wouldn't challenge Nee to first to 10 swapping mains because he said he needed a year to practice Brian before he felt comfortable doing that. While in the same breath saying Brian is too broken a character,
Interesting.
but needed a year of prep time before he felt comfortable switching mains.
Super broken.
So unfortunately, I love Arslan Ash's history of how he got to where he is now.
Yeah.
I loved watching him in Tekken 7, but he's kind of entered the live long enough to see yourself become the villain arc. And it's
That's what I was
unfortunate.
kind of saying too. Whenever we were watching it, it was because we were at like, "Hey, who do you think's gonna win?" It's like, well, probably Arslan, but at this point, I kind of don't want him to win. I'd be super
Yeah.
cool with someone coming up dethroning him.
I mean,
But
I want a Chikarin.
no, I'll always like go for an underdog, but I mean, I also respect the fuck if someone's just still doing it, you know? Hey, what was the game?
Yeah, kudos to Arslan, 6-time winner of fucking Tekken.
What was the game that got some snoozy from Kells?
Something in the top 24. I forget. It was just like it was so long between things because they just yap and yap and yap.
Yeah, they
50
they talked
Chipotle
for a
commercials.
long time.
And it just fucking
But no, yeah, that's fair. I'm just like that. They
But
do that
shout outs
sometimes.
to Kels for being able to fucking sleep with me yelling. I'm fucking yelling. I'm talking. I'm like, maybe Kels muted himself. And I hear heavy breathing. I'm like, oh, maybe like the dog is playing around near him.
Oh, the camera's
while
on.
He's off the pee. No, the cameras aren't on. But thankfully. But I hear heavy breathing. I'm like, oh, it must be the dog. Well, Kels has gone off to like piss or something. And then all of a sudden I hear like a definitive snore. And I go, Kels? And more story. I'm like, did you fucking fall asleep on me? I'm screaming. Like, the wife is hearing me from the kitchen, and I'm in the literal opposite, the furthest away from the kitchen you can physically get in the house. And she's hearing me screaming. And my man over here is fucking sawing logs like nothing's going on.
dude, Chipotle ads put me asleep, man.
Did you guys get the burrito?
No, I had 3 different tries, and every time it was fucking like we're sorry, try again later. Like, motherfucker.
Did you
dude.
do it by watching the stream, or did you do it by Wario64?
Watching the stream?
Wario64, I think, beats the stream somehow, some way. He does it some weird way.
Really?
Yeah.
It's because there's enough of a delay, because they even mentioned at one part during the stream that there's so much of a delay that the people that are physically there have a much better chance of getting it.
First
So it's
time
very
I kinda
likely-
understand, but second and third time I had the number in my phone. I had the message ready to type because I was kind of able to time it out. It's like, okay, it's a new game. They'll probably do it during the top 8, so I have it here ready. And as soon as it pops up, I'm sending it.
Yeah, I for same thing. How like whenever I watch any like live stream of like Nintendo Direct or something, I always have to mute Wario64 because he just tweets the stuff out before I see it, and I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you do that. He just has the access to the best like stream on there, but whatever.
Well, it's because his father works at Nintendo, didn't you know?
Oh no,
his father works at Evo.
His uncle's Mr.
No,
Evo.
he's got 2 fathers, and one works at Evo and one works at Nintendo.
That makes total sense.
Actually, I lied. He has a father polycule. It's just 8 fathers, and they all work at different game companies, which is how the secret to him getting all these deals.
The Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost.
Yes.
Yeah, you got it. All right, let's talk Street Fighter. Let me hear how this went.
Well, first, let's talk news real quick.
All right,
let's talk about
news,
these
yeah.
reels. Yeah. So it has been confirmed that Mortal Kombat Trilogy will be coming to the Legacy Collection, which, hell yeah, I like Trilogy. I know a lot of people don't, but I have a soft spot for that game.
Okay.
Virtua Fighter 5 is getting another version.
Oh wait! Before we move on from Mortal Kombat, real quick, it's all on cart though. I think I read right.
I think for the Switch 1 version it is.
All right, whatever. Sorry. Okay, Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, there's more fuckiness with Switch 2 stuff. We'll get into that as a bit of news a bit later.
I was muted, but I think Switch 2 might be all on cart as well. I feel like
okay, has that been confirmed at this point?
I think so.
I thought I saw it. That's what stood out to me because I was kind of like on autopilot for a lot of new stuff, but like that stood out to me where I was really like, oh, I think that's actually all on cart.
But yeah, so Virtua Fighter 5 is getting another updated version. The game that will not die. Kudos to them. But we do also have footage of a new Virtua Fighter 5 project, literally called New Virtua Fighter 5 Project. We got to see basically raw alpha footage of it, and yeah, it looks like fucking Virtua Fighter. Kudos to them for displaying the new game, not with a trailer, but just like, here's it in motion in alpha, fucking make of it what you will. But the downside to that, I will say, is that, yeah, it looks like fucking Virtua Fighter. I don't know what you want me to say about it.
Okay.
The Hunter... Oh, go ahead.
It is kind of interesting how they're doing, like, everything for Virtua Fighter, isn't it? Because, like you said, it was pretty much like, okay, here's the practice map, and they're just kind of, like, throwing hands. It's kind of like, okay, what are you showing me here?
Yeah, it was just literally out of nowhere. It was just fucking Sarah and whatever the fuck that guy's name is. Just fucking throwing hands in basically would be the training map. Yeah.
Is that the Ryu? There's Shoto?
Yeah. So it's yeah, that I don't know. So they literally want the exact opposite of just showing you trailer footage, but I don't know if it necessarily sold me either, but there it is. The Hunter x Hunter fighting game, which I forgot exists, is getting a season pass.
Ah, cool.
Or
Under Night and
before we go on, is there like a heavy hitter announcement, or was it kind of like lukewarm for the announcements?
There's a couple interesting things that we'll get to in a bit.
Yeah, Marvel, baby.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I was
we'll talk
curious
about that in a bit. Under Night and Birth 2 is getting a new character.
Okay.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is getting EX variants of characters because Arc System Works loves to do that. This may come as an absolute fucking shock to people, but Invincible Versus has confirmed Omni-Man is coming to the game.
Yeah, that was the weirdest announcement. It was so weird.
Because we need a fucking trailer to be like, oh yeah, Omni-Man's coming to Invincible.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Marvel Token getting a closed beta announcements September 5th through September 7th. You got to sign up using the PlayStation
that
beta
game has
program.
to be far along then.
Yeah, considering it's coming out next year, I imagine the game is getting pretty close to done.
Maybe like a spring release then?
I'm thinking like maybe spring or like February, March.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Huh.
There's still no confirmation on final roster size, but I know that is the most interesting thing. What's odd to me is they've released some like how-to tutorial gameplay videos for Token, and I will say I adore Arc System Works. I really love their games. I'm trash at all of them except for fucking Blaze Blue, and it's because they really feel the need to complicate their game mechanics. And Token is no exception. There's like 7 different mechanics for how you're supposed to tag, how the tags interact with one another, how they cancel into each other. There's just an absurd layer of things to where say what you will
about the mechanics is there's a quirk button like for each specific character. Like there's a button specifically you use for like cap shield throw, and that's how you do different moves associated with that different input.
Yes, but like with Grand Blue, and I think they even did that with Dragon Ball Fighter Z, is if you can also input the motion to do more damage and get more effects versus doing the quick input.
Okay.
Which honestly I think should become a more common thing in fighting games. Go ahead, have the weaker, just simple way to do it, but give you the stronger, basically EX version if you actually input the move.
That's how Smash is.
Yeah. Guilty Gear got some interesting news because there's been rumors about this news that they're talking about. But we got to finally see a little bit of Lucy from Cyberpunk in action. Sick. She looks fucking sick. Honestly, doesn't look out of place in Guilty Gear. I'll give them that. Absolutely does not look out of place.
I really love how they kind of like translated how her abilities look in Guilty Gear because it looks like Cyberpunk. Like when she does her hacks, it's really cool.
Looks absolutely fantastic. I had no doubt they would be able to manage the aesthetic of it, but gameplay wise, looks very interesting. But the biggest thing, and it kind of goes into a rumor that's been going on for a while now, which is there was murmurs that we were supposed to be getting a new Guilty Gear. But instead we got Guilty Gear Strive 2.0 revealed. So we are getting a relaunch of Guilty Gear next year, which is interesting because usually that has been Arc System Works MO. I mean, fucking the X series lasted forever. We had X, XX, XX Accent Core, XX Accent Core Plus R.
XXX Tentacion.
Exactly.
Got me with that one.
But they're just as bad as Capcom, if not slightly worse to some degree, with giving enhanced and updated versions of can you not bug me about using hand gestures? I'm fucking French. Fuck off, Mac.
I think there's already like an Ultimate Edition for Guilty Gear as well.
They have like some updated editions that come with like the first season of DLC, but not like all the DLC. But from the looks of it, with Guilty Gear Strive 2.0, we could potentially get like an ultimate version that's here's all of Guilty Gear Strive 1, and then we got teasers for 2 new characters, which everyone's basically in agreement it's RoboKai and Jam. Would be fucking shocked if it's not those 2 characters. Jam, my poor girl is always relegated to DLC because kind of like having Anna and Tekken, they know people will pay for her. But RoboKai is fascinating, so we haven't seen him since Accent Core. So I'm excited to see that. In Fatal Fury, Ken is coming to Fatal Fury. That's a little wild.
Interesting.
So I mean, I guess it only makes sense. We got Terry and Mai in fucking Street Fighter, so in exchange they can have
Ken
Ken.
and Chun-Li. Chun-Li is coming to Fatal Fury as well. I
Oh,
believe.
Chun as well. Chun
Yeah.
as well. Interesting.
Okay, even trade.
Tekken 8, we got some news. We got to see my boy Armor King representing.
How do they look?
Looks fantastic. Except that they almost seem to have turned him into a stance character, which is a little weird.
Okay.
But you know, one of his new supers is basically Will Ospreay's finisher, so I'm always happy to see that. They also gave him the Japanese Mist. I'm always excited to see Japanese Mist represented in wrestling characters. But we also got another reveal.
Okay.
We got a brand new character. Miari Zo, I think is how it's pronounced. Even the announcers had a struggle trying to pronounce her name correctly. But she's from Madagascar. On initial reveal, yes, she is.
They even had
voice...
King Julian in like the trailer for her. They had little ringtail lemurs in there.
That's right. But yeah, I got initially like really fucking hyped. So I'm like, oh shit, we're bringing Christy back. Let's go. And no, we got a new character instead. And a lot of her design aspects seem to point to her being related to Ogre somehow. So I'm kind of intrigued where that's gonna go.
Okay.
And supposedly they confirmed like her fighting style. It's like it's one that's traditional to Madagascar, and it's like similar to Muay Thai, from what I understand.
Okay.
So she's gonna be like a striker.
And of course, with her came new controversies because she's too white to be from Africa.
Right. And then like Tekken can't get women right. Have you seen that one? People are saying like
no, I don't doubt it, which is fucking wild to me, but sure.
Yeah, it's so weird because the whole thing is like, oh, they made her like too childlike and her face too like rounded, too like I don't know. It's like, bro, there's other characters in the game. They don't all look the same. You can't look at like, I don't know, Anna, Nina, and then compare them to not Chun, Xiao Yu, or like the new girl coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fucking weird. People are fucking weird.
Welcome
just
to
gonna
the
leave it at
internet.
that. People are fucking weird.
Yeah.
Speaking of a character you definitely couldn't confuse for being childlike, our last reveal for Evo, we in Street Fighter 6, we got swimsuit costumes. The Gooners rise up.
Did Mai get a swimsuit costume?
We did not see Mai,
Okay,
but we
it'd
did see
break the
Kimberly
goddamn
looking
internet.
caked to hell.
Kimberly and Chun. Chun's got,
Yeah, Chun also. I mean, Chun you expect to always look caked to hell. I was not expecting fucking Kimberly caked up like that. God damn. But we also got to see a Sea Viper trailer.
Okay.
It was yeah, no, very little gameplay. But goddamn, she got that boob window.
Yeah, we got like a little cutscene with her.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to bring back Bison essentially, but kind of not.
All right. I need
Because we
to
can't
get more.
have a fucking Street Fighter without Bison.
Yeah, I need a. Street Fighter is always the Street Fighter 6 has been. I'm super happy with the trajectory of how that game's been going because, again, before that,
like I said, Sagat's out now, and I've been wanting to play him, but motherfuckers.
Yeah,
he looks really cool too, from what I'm saying.
That's
From
annoying.
all the gameplay. Just let me buy a Sagat. That's all I want.
And speaking of Street Fighter, so let's talk about those Street Fighter finals. So Street Fighter finals were fucking wild. Some of
love
the
that.
most insane back-to-back close fucking action we have ever seen.
Each of these Evos that Street
Besides the
Fighter 6 has
finals.
been at, it's been like hype as hell, I think. I've not seen his last one, but like the last two have been really good.
The only bad thing is I feel like the finals was kind of like anticlimactic. Didn't he 2-0 them or 3-0 them?
Yeah, he went fucking basically 3-0. But it's fascinating though, because so for a little bit of perspective, we ended up having interestingly someone that was like 16 years old make top 8, and not only that, but they were third.
Yeah,
Mickey,
that was the
yeah.
same guy from last
Yeah,
year.
Mickey.
I'm not too sure.
I don't know if it was last year. I didn't really pay attention to Street Fighter last year.
There was a kid last year. There was a kid last year that placed really high.
But yeah, if that was him, then yeah, shout out to him because got third this year. Absolutely phenomenal fucking player. If he had been matched up against literally everyone but Kakaru, who was a JP specialist, would have easily been in finals. But JP just was a hard counter to him because he was able to shut down his offensive. But our Evo winner, Mena RD, dude was on another level with fucking Blanca. This dude not only was getting perfects left and right with fucking Blanca, but this guy was doing some insane 5D chess level bullshit where even the commentators were kind of like picking up on this at a certain point where against Kakaru, the JP specialist, JP was never really using the parry mechanic ability that he has. And they're like, I wonder if we're going to see a thing where like Mena's pressured this guy so much without fear of the parry that the one time Kakaru is going to finally feel comfortable trying to just throw it out there, Mena's going to expect it and then stall it and just counter it. And that's exactly what happened the 2 times Kakaru tried to fucking use it. So Mena just had Kakaru downloaded, and it led to some embarrassing fucking moments. To the point when it wasn't entirely one-sided. There was actually a hilarious moment in not the grand finals, but in the winners finals, where Kakaru managed to get a perfect, and it was almost a minute-long perfect. Just a minute long of trying to keep fucking Mena entirely away from him. Got the perfect after almost a solid minute. But also it's just the fact that I was like, that's the only time Kakaru was able to fucking beat Mena, is he just had to just play keep away. And poor Kakaru was not able to do that. And it adds a little extra story because I guess Mena went to Evo Japan and took the title from Kakaru at Evo Japan in his own home turf. And still managed to fucking keep it. So shout out to the Dominican Republic. Y'all are sending your best, and they're fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it was funny too. Whenever they came out for the grand finals, like he went and got in his face too. Like they.
Oh yeah,
did
it was
the
like a
face
fucking
off.
wrestling promo. It was.
Yeah. Yeah, he threw his shit down and just went up and got in his face, and they got nose to nose. It was.
Yeah, Kakaru is just like aura farm. He's like, I am here. Mena's like, no, let me go. Wait. And he goes back, grabs a Red Bull, he fucking chugs it on his way over, and he's like, fuck you, and just gets right in his face. It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
How did
Fucking great.
How did Punk do?
Not in the top 8.
No, I think he was like 9.
Damn.
No, I think Mickey was the one to knock him out. Because they were talking a lot about how like Mickey took out like most of the gods of Street Fighter on their ascent to top 8.
Fudo took out
Yeah.
Punk. But yeah, Punk placed at 9th. It was like a pretty big tie at 9th. It was Punk, Momochi, Itabashi, Zangief, and Torimeshi. So there's a bunch of big guys there.
Damn. Yeah, you were saying Cammy was nowhere to be seen in the top 8.
No,
There were?
2 people are playing her.
Oh, okay.
Mickey was one of the players, and Mena used her a little bit.
Okay, so she's still alive.
Still alive, but they
No, not Mena.
didn't stick
Fudo.
with her.
That's right. It was Fudo.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Kels?
She's still alive, but I don't know. She might be getting gate kept out by certain characters. I feel like it's one of those things where you really wonder like what their matchups were throughout the day. because once
It
they got
really
to the
just
top,
seemed-
it looked like they just got melted.
Yeah, it seemed like she actually really struggles now with Fireball Keep Away.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Okay.
And it's interesting because Blanca did not have that same problem. Blanca
No.
didn't give a fuck.
And what does that for him? Do you think is it his ball for him? Does that give him
I
like?
think it really is just the ball, especially when you are able to hit that level 2 and you're just able to fucking go wherever you damn well please.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, solid Evo.
Solid
Yeah,
Evo.
fun time.
I even watched the Guilty Gear stuff, and that was a lot of fun to watch. And I had no clue what the fuck was happening.
Oh, Guilty Gear is always a good time to watch. I am shit at Guilty Gear. I love it though.
It was funny watching because there's just some characters I'm like, yeah, this person's fucking broken. How's this a thing? Like Happy Chaos, I think someone was playing, and they're
Yeah,
just like,
Happy Chaos has always been a very controversial character in fucking Strive.
yeah, it looked like I was watching. I'm like, I'd be pissed off if I was playing against this person right now. This is
Well, the
insane.
idea is he's supposed to be balanced because he's supposed to have the actual bullets that he has to keep track of and then reload at a certain point.
They
But
kept on
he always
mentioning
has.
that he had RP or RNG, but I had no clue how the fuck that was supposed to take into account.
Yeah, Faust, my main in Guilty Gear, always has a lot of RNG to him as well. And that's kind of the fun thing is you don't take it into account.
Mm.
You just kind of cross your fingers and hope for the best.
Yeah, just keep pressing buttons.
All right. Let's reel it back then. So
Hell yeah.
we jumped into a little bit of news at Evo because I had to take off for a second, but let's hop back. David, what'd you get this week? Or 2
Nothing.
weeks?
I'm poor.
2 weeks of not getting anything?
Yeah, I'm poor.
Damn.
I gotta buy tires soon after buying a new Mac.
You
so
fell
I'm poor.
off.
I don't make the money like I used to. I have a sugar mama now.
Kels?
I spent a lot of money at Vegas. That's pretty much where mine went. A lot of goodies, little trinkets, a lot of prizes. So
Okay. I have a handful of things. Let's see. This came in the mail today. I'm so excited to do this. Friendship on Blu-ray
hell
has
yeah.
entered the chat, so I'm dying to rewatch that. I told a coworker to watch that. Saw them on the first day of work, and they just look at me like, Adrian, what the fuck did you make us watch? I was like,
You know how the A24 does like the coffee table books of like the scripts?
yep. I
Imagine
have
if
friendships
they did
on
one
there.
for
I'm
Friendship.
so fucking excited. I have they're all right there right now. I'm missing the new one. The new one was I forget what the new one was, but I need to buy the new one soon. Have them all there, but I would be so fucking stoked for a friendship book. Holy shit.
That'd be so fucking awesome.
I'm so in. All right. As per my my current obsession, I have actually we never got an update on this for you, David. I have my Twin Peaks Roadhouse vinyl. So this has all the songs from The Return that was played live. David, have you been watching anymore?
I haven't had time.
Motherfucker. All right.
It's patch week, dude.
You just watch the shows while you're patching things. You gotta wait there anyway. Fuck it.
Patch week's next week.
So bought this.
Keep me
This
now.
one. This one costs a little pretty penny, so I had to get that. Was the Secret History of Twin Peaks. Came in really good
It's a
condition.
sick looking book.
It is. It's dope. It kind of gives me House of Leaves style vibes because it just like
Ooh.
it's got like a bunch of let's see if I turn to a cool page. Oh, that looks like a good one right there. There you go. It got like newspaper clipping stuff like that, which is cool. And then haven't cracked this one open yet, but I also got the final dossier. So,
Yes.
So I am missing just a couple of smaller books on that end before I am caught up with that. And then I guess I didn't get to show this off, but I got our boy Herbie.
Nice. There it
Fully
is.
loaded.
I was eyeballing this thing for a while. Like as soon as I saw this one, I said, "Fuck the Galactus head. This is the one I want." Again, as a couple that we mentioned, these are not buckets. Let's make that clear. Like, Let's see. Like, they want you to put your popcorn in that shit? Like,
No,
no, like,
I was like maybe like a candy bucket at most.
funny you say that, because
Check
that's where
this.
the front is supposed to be holding. Oh, motherfucker. There's your candy candy
That's where
areas
the
right
milk
there.
duds go.
Yeah. So it's a cool concept, but let's stop BSing this as if they're actual buckets. They're not buckets. These are just toys you
These are
have.
toys that happen to have storage in.
Yeah, the cup though, it's like maybe, but even then I don't want to clean this out. Now, this is cool. I was already on it. Like as soon as I saw this, I'm like, yep, 100%. Doing it. Now, let's see. Can you
Heard
guys...
it first. It didn't.
Oh, okay, let's see if
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, you probably can't hear it because it's probably gonna get knocked out by the sound gate. But it plays the.
Yeah.
Can you hear a little bit? Yeah. So it plays
A little bit,
the Fantastic Four theme song. But not only that,
Mhm.
now that light comes on. You might be wondering what that light is.
That's the seizure inducer.
Let's see if it shows on here. I wonder if it will or not.
Is it the 4?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
That's sick.
Yeah,
The
that's
four signal.
hell yeah. So, got the logo on there, and you got the.
Where's the four skin?
Yeah, that's true. He raise his arms up there and let him hold some stuff while he's at it too. Cute little guy. So.
You can hold your Twizzlers while you're chewing on them.
Yeah. Again, so like, it was expensive, but then it comes with a large popcorn, the candy, and a large drink. So, when you're paying at the theater, it's kind of you're paying out the ass for that shit anyway. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, it comes out to like maybe an extra $20 that you pay for the Herbie,
Essentially,
if even that.
and I felt weird because I went there when the theater opened, maybe like 10 minutes afterwards. There were no Galactus heads already, so I'm guessing they just got swept immediately, which again I'm happy about. Whatever. But I felt weird about just going in there and just doing that. So I went and watched like the first half of Superman. Sat in the back row, and I was just doing work. I was like, yeah, I just kind of want to hear in the back row while I'm just doing work, I guess, because I felt bad about it. So I did that. We're gonna do a mega movie talk here, and after we're done with what we played though. So we'll touch more on we'll touch on Fantastic Four in a second. So, David, what'd you play?
Nothing. I didn't have time.
God damn. All right, Kels.
Didn't play a whole lot either. Played some Marvel Rivals, but other than that, it's been a lot.
I have
of
not
card
played the
games
new
for
season
me.
yet. I still need to do that.
Yeah, I can't wait for Blade. Blade looks like he's gonna be fun. Phoenix is a lot of fun. I've been liking her.
Hell yeah. You know what just came out that I forgot about that came out yesterday?
What's that?
Fucking King of the Hill.
I
I
binged
have
that.
it
It's actually
downloaded,
really good.
and I haven't watched it yet.
I'm gonna watch it
I'll
after
be
this
watching it as soon as
podcast.
we get off of this.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
It
sir.
was actually really good. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
Was there any low points for you, or anything that you wish? My main
The
wish
lo-
before even watching it and hearing the good reviews, hearing what you're saying, I'm sad it's only 10 episodes.
It kind of works in its favor, though.
Yeah.
My low points for the series is honestly the amount of time it has to spend to kind of get you caught up to speed, because it feels like it takes away a lot of like, if you would have just dropped us in the middle of these characters again and presume that we know these characters, I would have been far better with that. But I get it. You also have to kind of deal with a modern audience.
Well, the thing is, too, it's being presented as season 14. It's not presented as
Yes.
like King of the Hill, The Return, or some shit.
The Return is
Exactly,
so funny.
it is,
That would be funny. But like with it being called season 14, I kind of wish that they would just kind of drop us in there, like, okay, this is just the next season of the
Don't even,
run.
like this stuff
Yeah.
happened. Don't even worry about it.
Like,
Yeah.
like the opening joke of the series is about Hank's narrow urethra, and it's used to kind of just get you caught up to speed on what's been going on with them, and it's just very big, just word vomit of all the things that's been going on.
Yeah, but you know what?
I've
I've heard of positive things overall though.
it's phenomenal. It is fantastic. The only other low point I honestly have to say is honestly involving Connie.
Don't say anything else.
I
I think
know.
she's.
Don't say anything else.
I'm not gonna say anything else. I think she's just the weakest part of the revival.
Okay.
I will on the positive side, basically everything else. The Manosphere episode is my favorite fucking episode. I laughed my fucking ass off during that one.
All right, I'm excited. Trey, you reminding us the Battlefield 6 open beta this weekend?
Yeah,
wait for
well,
that too.
it's the next 2 weekends. I won't be able to do it this weekend, but I might be able to.
I don't know if I
the
have the
preceding
heart of me to
weekend.
try it, dude. Kels, if you're willing to take the hit and just let me know how it is, and just
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be in that shit. I
I'm-
love me some Battlefield.
I love I know that's why I'm scared. I want to say I love Battlefield, but at some point, I think I need to stop saying that because I've not been very happy with the last slew of Battlefield games. But
Yeah, the last 3
Yeah, that's
Battlefield
fine.
games have not been great.
Yeah, that's when you just point at it and say, "Yeah, that shit sucked."
But you
I mean,
know what?
I like
Kudos to them.
Battlefield 1 and like not much after. So I'm hoping this comes back to form from 3, hopefully. And that's what it's
See,
looking like. It looks
that's
like
the thing
3
for me
too.
is 3 was the last one I really enjoyed, and then 4 and
I
everything
enjoyed
after was just
4.
downhill for me.
4 was fine.
After
4
that,
at launch was a
working.
disgusting mess,
Yeah.
and because of that, I stopped it shortly after it launched.
I played the shit out of
And
Battlefield 1. I put a lot of time into that one.
I just didn't have.
It had
an
a
interest
girl.
in
I didn't
trench
want to
warfare.
play it. Woke bullshit.
I just didn't have an interest in trench warfare.
I like Battlefield 1 because it was the one that had the behemoths, like the big vehicles. Like you get like the Zeppelin flying over the battlefield, comes crashing down, or like
I do
the
not
roller-
remember that at the launch of Battlefield 1.
Yeah, it was part of their big maps.
Interesting.
They
Trey-
had like the big stuff that come through.
Trey Fitty says Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 1 were the ones that they bought.
Hell yeah, my boy.
Bad Company
you're
2
right.
is still the peak of the series.
Bad Company 2 was definitely one of the peaks of the series.
And I still stand by. You know what? The game that got me into it, 1943, was fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
1943 was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, it was.
Fighting out on Wake Island. Let's go.
Yeah, it was super
But yeah,
simple, but
my-
like, man, I remember we went back like a little bit before that thing was shutting down too. It was still good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there,
I'm like,
huh?
unreasonably excited for their Forge mode for Battlefield as well coming out. But I feel like this is kind of like what it was marketed as at first, but it just didn't turn out to be. It turned out to just be like, oh, you can adjust settings. But now it looks like it's like, okay, here's the full creation suite to build maps, build like actual game modes.
And that's why I'm like cautiously optimistic for Battlefield 6. One, they've announced that they're going to be committed to the tone and the aesthetic of it. They're not going to have goofy crossover skins that don't match the tone of Battlefield 6.
But Ricky
So we're not going to get
Spanish, I
Hank
want Ricky
Hill
Spanish
in.
now.
But my big gripes is that you're not allowed. They have kernel level anti-cheat that requires secure boot. So I will definitely not be touching this on PC. I'll play it on console, and if it's
you have
good on
crossplay.
console, yeah, it's good crossplay. I mean, I would never want to crossplay PC players on console, but
Anyway, no other games besides that, Kels.
No, that's about it.
I played one senior game besides Smash. I played was it camping by the or fire by whatever that camping by the fire is or whatever it was that showed at that Nintendo Direct.
camping with my dad simulator.
Yeah, there you go. The campfire game that showed up at the Direct. That shit was I saw it. I'm like, cool, instant bot, and that's my current Switch 2 game. Cozy vibes. Been having a good time with that. Before we move on, a couple more things from Trey 50 was I missed the old days. My old friends raved about Bad Company 2. Yeah, they missed it. They never got to play that. That's unfortunate because Bad Company 2 was fucking good.
No,
Absolutely,
it really was good.
That I also never like if I ever tell like someone that's never played that game, just here's my favorite situation in Bad Company 2. You're playing through it, you're having a good time, but then like there's that piece of shit sniper that's camping that house. You know what you say? Hey, there's someone camping. There's someone sniping out of the house. All right, destroy the house. Cool, and just destroy the house. All right, cool. There is no more house left. Let's move on.
That's the main reason why I play engineer. It's like, oh, we have a sniper in the building. All right, RPG.
Yeah.
I'm taking the whole fucking building out.
Oh yeah, no. The many times I had a fun, panicked, hectic night of playing Conquest, and everyone's like, "Well, fuck, trying to have armor around the choke point. Let's just fucking blow up everything around the choke point. Everyone's out in the open. The objective immediately the second you start the match, blow up the entire building around the objective and just fucking have it be a just horrible free for all."
Yes, sir.
That's why I love Battlefield, because you can have so many little mini games going on around the main objective.
Yep, so fucking good.
And then they say I was more of a COD Halo Gears at the time, which is totally fair.
Yep.
I always remember that it never made sense to me. People would always compare Call of Duty and Battlefield. Those are two very
They're
different
entirely
games.
different games. Yeah.
But if
They have
you
guns, so there's the same game,
yeah,
Call of Duty is more of like an arcade experience.
for sure.
Battlefield is fantastic if you get the right entry though. So fingers crossed for 5. I'm every time I hear it, I root for it. I'm hoping for it, but I just never hear positive about it. But I'm really wanting to come back because it really bugs me out. We never played more of it. I really would like to that BattleBit game, but like playing a little bit of that
Gave me fucking fun too. Yeah.
gave me a little bit of like, oh, I remember how this is. This is a good time.
I think that game's sadly going under now.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly the developers aren't like doing a whole lot with it, but also supposedly there's supposed to be like a big 2.0 reboot for it. So
Yeah, they keep promising it and then they just don't do anything.
It's such a crazy success story too out of nowhere.
And they killed Linux support out of nowhere, which pissed me off.
Well, what I played was good. All right, let's dive into some movies before we go into like news.
Hell yeah.
Let's
hell yeah.
let's dive into the one that do you want to dive into the one that we all talked about, or do you want to go into like the little smaller ones that we've watched here and there?
Talk about the ones that you two have talked about.
He's
So I
gotta
gotta
pee.
go pee.
Yeah.
So I've seen Fantastic Four, I watched The Naked Gun, and I watched Together. What have you seen?
Okay, I have not seen The Naked Gun. I've watched Together. I watched The Home.
Mhm.
I watched Mulholland Drive for the first time last night.
Nice.
I watched Oh Hi, Sorry Baby. I'm sure there's like another one somewhere in there too. I have not seen Naked Gun, so let's do the ones that we mutually haven't seen. So Naked Gun.
Really good. It was really interesting seeing Liam Neeson in the role. He killed it. Everyone kind of knew the movie they were in. Overall, I think it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I laughed out loud numerous times.
I heard
while
it was a really strong comedy movie.
for sure.
Nice. Watched Oh Hi. That one. Let me pull up my letterbox really quick and see where I've been ranking these before I start talking out my ass. Surprised you don't have a letterbox, Kels.
At this point, it feels like it's pretentious.
I get the vibes
It
too, but
feels
I
like
don't give a shit. Like whatever. I'm making my
It
students
feels
do
like
it this
one
year.
of those things I would have started. Yeah, it feels like one of those things I would have definitely started in school and it just carried over to now. But
Yeah.
now looking at it, it's like, oh man, there's a bunch of assholes doing this.
Yeah. I'm gonna make my students do it. I don't follow very many people at all. Just a very small handful because I'm like I don't really care about what everyone else is. If I don't know who you are, I don't really care that you gave it this score because I need to know who the person is reviewing things. But just seeing my friends is good. Oh Hi is my 3rd ranked movie of the year. I actually love that movie. Sorry Baby came out as 4th. I could see it dropping down behind Thunderbolts though, because Thunderbolts dropped to 5th. But Oh Hi is fantastic. Sorry Baby is also fantastic. The Home is that horror movie with what's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Pete Davidson. Absolutely. If you have any interest in watching that movie, do not watch any trailer because it spoils the fuck out of that movie.
Hate that.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I was like, I just watched it together, and I'm like, I'm at the theater. Why not do a double feature? Because I'm not gonna do that in a while. Watched it at home, and actually, it was interesting. So, watched it, was interested into it. Then it dipped in the middle. I'm like, all right, I'm kind of. And And then by the end, it picked it right back up, and I'm like, all right, cool, it saved it. I'm back in. So I had a good time with it, actually, shockingly. Then we watched together. So let's talk together.
Yeah, so speaking of together, before the movie even starts, I was fucking captivated because I asked you about it. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a trailer before it for a movie called Keeper.
Okay.
And that movie, like, that trailer just fucking blew my mind. Like, it was so good. Like, if it's on YouTube, I highly suggest watching it because it's like a trailer that has like you see it from both ends kind of situation.
Okay. I've been
So it starts
I've
off,
been
you,
very anti trailers. So whenever I'm in a theater, I'm like on my phone because I don't trust people these days.
right? Yeah, I don't think it gives anything away. It's definitely more of a teaser trailer than a trailer. But it's Osgood Perkins, so it's long legs. And the whole trailer, it starts off, it kind of like shows
Oh,
a
Tatiana
man and a
Maslany.
woman. Yeah, exactly. She Hulks it.
Yeah, I by the
So
way, undeserved hate for the actress. Like, she's awesome.
100%.
She's awesome.
She's great. What was it? Orphan Black on Netflix. That was really good. Let me find this trailer.
Yeah, I
too.
got it queued up now.
Yeah,
I was,
so
gonna say, I was doing live facial reactions for my reactions to it. So if we want to do, if you want me to rewind here,
No, I'm not gonna watch it or put a reaction on it right now. But I will
Okay.
I will watch it after.
well,
That's only a minute, I guess.
well, like there's well that one I haven't seen. So let me see.
Oh wait, you haven't seen the teaser trailer?
Yeah, I haven't seen the minute long one.
Oh, okay.
Because there's another one I'm not seeing it on here either. It's hold on. So it starts off, it shows like a man and a woman, and it's kind of like, okay, you kind of get the impression that they're together. And then it starts off with Tatiana. She's like kind of narrating, like, I don't know, giving lines, and you're kind of seeing scenes and stuff. And then it kind of like slowly, it does the horror thing. It slowly devolves until like it's kind of crescendo. You think the trailer ends, and then it cuts back to that first scene with the man and the woman. But then you start hearing the man talk, and you're like, oh shit, we're getting it from both sides. And it's just kind of like giving the alternative perspective of kind of like the movie. I guess it doesn't like do scenes, but it's kind of like him saying like, oh, this is kind of how I feel, this is what's going on, blah blah blah. And it's kind of doing the same thing, showing the slow devolving into like the horror of the movie, I guess.
Bro,
It's really interesting.
hold up. The dude's been like hustling his ass off, and I didn't even realize that he is hustling his ass off as a director in the last 2
Yeah.
years. What the
No,
fuck?
he's been busting his fucking ass. It's kind
He,
of crazy.
he had long legs last year. I didn't realize he did the monkey and keeper
Yep.
this year.
Yeah.
And he wrote Long Legs and the Monkey. That's crazy. What the fuck? Horror's been popping off the last 2 years for sure.
Yeah, and I can't find like any of the trailers that I've seen.
Interesting. I think Hell's just imagined this.
Nah, dude, that trailer is insane. But I really wish that I could find it somewhere because it was really good.
Speaking of
Like the whole
Well,
time
they're
I'm
just
sitting
gonna
there
do this whole
watching
time.
together, which we can finally get into.
which, one more time, I'm gonna interrupt with that though. There was one trailer that I looked up for, called Strange Harvest. I think it was.
Mhm.
Um,
See, I don't think I've seen that one, so it's kind of interesting seeing what.
right.
what
I
the
don't know.
booth
I don't know if I
is picked up.
watched it during the home or if I watched it during together. They meld together for trailers, but whatever.
Right.
Strange Harvest had a bunch of like those award things at the beginning, so I popped my eyes up for a second. Then I started watching it. Apparently, I looked up comments afterwards because like, oh, this I fuck with this, but everyone was like super negative about it. So I'm like, did I just imagine it being good? I don't like to get other people's opinions in my head, but it like no one gave a fuck about that like at all. It was like a serial killer style horror movie where it was like found footage, but like surveillance camera, stuff like that. And everyone's like, oh, this is like a student film. And everyone's like talking shit on that film. But like I fuck with true crime a lot, so I'm like, oh, this is totally up my alley. So I'm like, maybe that's why I was so into it. And then everyone's like, yeah, also like all the awards or positive praise were just from random blogs. I'm like, okay, well that's fair, but I don't know. I watched that trailer, I was like, I actually really fucked with it. So I'm still gonna keep it in mind. I don't give a fuck if anyone's like really shitting on that, but I was like, oh, I'm surprised no one else was like super feeling that.
Shelby Oaks also had a trailer before together as well. That was really interesting to see. It was cool seeing Chris Stuckman's name up there on the screen though.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's like, hey, I feel like I know that guy.
by the way, before
But
we get into this, there is a it really bugs me out in LA this weekend. There's a pop up for Together where they're selling branded saws.
That's awesome.
Right. I'm really bummed out. I'm like, if anyone's out there, please give me one because that's amazing. Let's talk about it. Together. Initial impressions.
Together. I thought it was really good. I think it's one of those ones you kind of have to manage your expectations a little bit. Especially whenever someone's like, "Oh, it's body horror," because if we kind of look back, we've had a lot of really good, really interesting.
The
body
Substance
horror
is still on my
within.
list.
Exactly, Substance is up there. It's going to be in the top mentions from now until forever about body horror. But I feel like this is very much not that.
It was very mild on it.
Very mild, and it's more. I don't know. It's really interesting how it's like all an analogy for like codependent couples or codependent relationships. You know,
Right. It was 100% a date movie, which I found fascinating. Right. Like,
it's funny too because I went with my buddy to watch it.
I had watched. I actually watched Heart Eyes.
Wrong with dating the homies.
I watched Heart Eyes recently too, and actually had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, everyone was advertising that. I'm like, yeah, this is actually a really good date movie because it has a strong messaging and things too. It doesn't like twist things around and make you. It's definitely, the path is kind of predictable, but it's still strong in how it presents it though. The body horror thing, if you can avoid trailers about it, I think is good because it does give up some of the best parts of that.
No, for sure. That's what I was kind of thinking too, because like there's a certain point where you're getting to like
Are we trying no
certain point
spoilers?
in the movie where like, okay, I'm trying to keep it.
Yeah, we'll do no spoilers then.
Yeah. So at a point in the movie, you're like, damn, there can't be that much longer left. But there's a very specific scene I seen in the trailer.
Yeah, so
It's like, okay.
I peeped the trailer for a second and then immediately turned it off afterwards. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm good. I don't need to know. And sure enough, I rewatched it afterwards. I'm like, okay, cool. Because yeah, if I was watching, I was like, where the fuck did that part come in? I would have been thinking about it the entire time.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate for a lot of that stuff.
Well, it's also a Chekhov's gun if it's the same part I'm talking about, because they do introduce it very early. And it's like, okay, now that I've seen the trailer, it's like, God damn it, this is going to happen now.
Yep. Yeah, it's light on the body horror. Like, there are parts for sure, but it doesn't dive into as much as you think it's gonna. Just
the body horror for me was the one very intimate part in a restroom. that one had me.
That part was so funny though too.
So like everyone in so I had a theater that was relatively packed. It was a smaller theater, but everyone was there, and it was so awesome getting everyone's reaction for that, because everyone knew it was coming. Like as soon as like a second or two before, everyone just goes, oh, no, and then it starts happening. You're like, oh,
I'm bummed. Yeah, my theater was a lot more sparse. I had watched like I was there for the first showing. So it was only a handful of people. So I'm bummed out about that, but because still to this day, Friendship might still be my favorite theater moment. Maybe aside from like Marvel movies, right? Like I don't count those. It's a whole different thing. But Hereditary might be one of my top 3.
I love seeing horror movies with a crowd. It's so fucking fun.
And it depends. There could be a really annoying crowd if it's definitely skews younger, right? Sure. But Hereditary is still like one of my top 3 because obviously like silence in theaters is a thing, but there was a different silence at that moment in Hereditary. You know exactly, if I just say that moment, you know exactly what I mean. There was like an eerie, like everyone was like no breathing silence during Hereditary.
Yeah, I'm the type of person that laughs at that when that happens in a horror movie. I give that nervous like
yeah, no
shit that happened.
Gore hates me for this, but I laughed so much during Hereditary. Hereditary is like
laughed during horror movies so many times.
Hereditary is so fucking funny to me. Like I will do that part where like the head banging on the attic part. You know, yeah, that part cracks me the fuck up. I am losing my shit during that part. Gore hates that I do that. But specifically that first part though, because it was so like whiplash as to how that happened in that one moment, dude. You couldn't hear a breath. Like it was an incredible moment. I was like, God damn, they really just fucking sucked the wind out of this theater. But yeah, and then Friendship was still my favorite moment. People were just like me, like opposite ends of the theater were just like almost like having like indirect conversations, just laughing. It was amazing. But yeah, I'm jealous of I'm jealous of his moment because it's really special when you get that right crowd at a theater. Definitely. I don't really have too many bad crowds during theaters. I don't know about you, David. But I never really have any.
Really get crowds.
Yeah, I feel like I read a lot. Oh, everyone's on their phone and whatever. I'm like, no one's. I've been in theater way too many times, and I don't really see too many phones being an issue ever. But yeah, no, I've had good times, but yeah, I'd have to think about my third favorite moment, but sans Marvel movies, Friendship and Hereditary are my favorite theater moments for sure. I don't know if you have a.
I think probably my favorite theater moments. Again, not counting Marvel, because Marvel is even here one of the few times where like we have an active theater. But if it's not a Marvel movie, you don't really have an audience. So my favorite fucking theater moment for me is when I went to see Dragon Ball Superhero, and there was me and two other people in the fucking theater. But goddamn, did me and those two other people revert to our childhoods, because there were so many times where Piccolo or Gohan was doing something, and the three of us were popping off like fucking crazy, and just all exchanging that look of like, yeah, we know what's going on, and then just had that realization of like, oh, we're three dudes excited in a movie theater.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, whenever Piccolo got that power up, me and like,
Orange
two
Piccolo.
dudes on one side and there's a dude on the other side, we all three like just audibly, fuck yeah! Like,
Hell
we all
yeah,
hit that shit. We knew it.
Yeah, we all fucking popped off for that.
I'm gonna bring it up again, but I think one of the other theater moments I'm jealous of is Gore's theater experience for Killing of a Sacred Deer, where if I recall correctly, it was him and one other person in that theater, and both of them were perfectly in sync with laughing hysterically at certain parts of that movie that were like it was like they were best friends laughing the exact same moments of it, and I was like ah, dude, I've been dying for like probably like 6 or 7 years to rewatch that movie since it came out, honestly. But like the last like couple years for sure, I've been really want to watch that movie again, and it's just so funny. That might be one of the darkest comedies ever, and it's two types of people. One type of person which will like be kind of freaked out at how fucked up the movie is. Other type of person's having the greatest time of their life, best comedy ever.
I'm that person. I'm just laughing at the stuff I probably should not
we
be.
we need to watch Killing of a Sacred Deer together though. So let's put that on a list.
Yeah,
then.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out then. We should all watch that because I fucking love that movie. I've been dying to rewatch that. With that said, let's go back to that. So Kels, you had a great theater moment for a great theater experience for Together.
Yeah, no, it was great. Everyone was gasping at the right times. The jump scares hit at the right times. So I didn't expect there to be quite as many jump scares in this movie. I was expecting like the body horror, like it'd be like, oh, we're gonna see some gross shit happening.
Right.
But there's a lot of jump scares.
There's a handful of them for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's at least like 4 or 5 of them. Because that first one where she comes up through the blankets, that got both of the people next to me really good. And then there's something else. I think it was just like something like dropped or something like that, and it got everyone too. But no, the part in the bathroom. So there's the whole thing of the movie. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Is it spoiler time or?
I don't have the spoiler glasses in here. Actually, I have some. All right.
Your cock out, it's fine.
The spoiler glasses are on.
Don't get it stuck anywhere.
The spoiler glasses are on. When these come off,
okay, so
we're good.
So the whole premise going into the movie is like just from the trailers, poster, everything. this couple, they're getting stuck together. So the whole thing is they go on a hike. They
Let me
fall.
really quick. How the fuck did
Yeah.
dogs get out the first time?
That's what I was wondering too.
That immediately a plot hole because I was thinking that the entire time. Like, how did the dogs get out and no one noticed them when they were doing that? The fuck. Okay.
Right. So the whole thing is I guess there's a how did I start it off? So this couple, they go on a hike, they follow like a off the beaten path trail because they think it's the one that they're supposed to be on, blah blah blah. Starts raining, storming, they fall through the ground, sinkhole, they end up in this weird hole. There's like while it's storming, there's like a weird like well to drink water from. So the couple, they're having issues. The guy goes and drinks out of it like a fucking idiot, and then starts weird shit happening. So it's like the whole movie is like a metaphor or analogy for codependent relationships, because throughout the movie you kind of see like how dysfunctional and how like ill prepared these people are to deal with like their feelings and each other. And so like the whole thing is he is like somehow linked to her through drinking the water, so he has to like be around her. He craves her touch. He like
yeah.
yeah.
Also, real quick, so the issue is like he's a bit of a bum. Also,
Yeah.
the most unrealistic part of the whole movie is she's solo supporting him as a teacher. With
In
the
a
house, I'm like,
nice-ass house.
yeah, I'm like that's not a thing. You can't do that.
Well,
but
to be fair, they are on the East Coast because I think they moved from from New York City. So from what I hear, the East Coast teachers get paid
and rural areas in general usually pay a bit better. But also, we'll say Alison Brie and Dave Franco are married together, so obviously their chemistry on the film was pretty solid.
I wonder how movies like this affect like your relationship outside of it, like when you're dating. I wonder. If
I don't
take
see it
anything away
happen
from
very
it, or-
often like that. It's like a preset, like because they've been married. I'm looking up right now since 2017, so it's been a
Well, like the whole messaging of this movie and stuff. Like, do you think that they take anything away from this for like their actual relationship?
You think
or,
it
like,
said
anything
you think they
carries
were
over for
at couples therapy and they're like, let's just make a movie out of this?
them? Right. That's what it kind of reads as.
But yeah, it is a metaphor for like that sort of like bonding and that sort of thing and like overdoing that because
I was it was kind of interesting how they mixed in like the whole like cult aspect with it too, because it comes to find out that what they fell into was an old like church from like a cult that stayed there, because the whole thing, the imagery is like bells. The path that they go on is lined with these bells with like a sun or something engraved on it. And so that's just kind of like what's beaten into you. And another character gives you the info dump of like, oh yeah, there was a shrine out there.
yeah, that I didn't like that
years
part.
ago.
I hate when there's over exposition on that part, and I also that is the one of the big things in the trailer too, where they showed a lot of that part kind of happening. I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would have been waiting for that a lot of the movie and realizing certain things. I think I honestly would have preferred they hadn't even touched on that. I would have preferred, oh, there's just weird shit happening in there.
Yeah, that was almost completely unneeded, right? Because even like the guy that you see, like he doesn't pop back up after like his big moment, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe. So like lady at work, she gets she's working as a teacher, she finds another employee, her work husband, I guess, or new work husband. He's a cool guy, lives right down the road coincidentally, blah blah blah. And he ends up he's the guy that gives him the info dump on the shrine out there. He kind of plays it off, haha. Come to find out, he was a disciple from there, and he went through the whole process of drinking the water, and he fused with someone else. But that's like almost completely not needed, because once that happens, you just kind of, so it's all just jumped.
I think what would have been a better step.
But
I think what would have been a better step is leaving that being insinuated at the very end, right? Because you do see when you go through his house, you see pictures of him and his husband, and you kind of put together like, huh? Because he just says like, oh yeah, just they left me. Kind of throws it off like a nothing burger.
Yeah, like him coming back is so weird too, because like nothing gets done there. Like she's still like, I don't understand it.
Well, I mean, I guess the whole point is that he technically killed her, and that's what made them have to deal with it. But I think there was a better way around it. I think what would have been cool is if they just had like left it kind of like not like because the whole point is that he gave her the water that ended up causing her to start drifting to him too.
Really, I didn't get that.
Yeah, so because he's the only one that drinks the water in the well, and he's like being like he's like forcefully going after her. When she's over at his house after the fight, he says, "Hey, you want anything to drink?" She's like, "Yeah, just water," and he actually gives her the water that's from there, and that's why after that part she starts kind of like going to him too, and that's when they start going together like that. I think even that part I could have been iffy on. I like the idea of if
I
they
thought it was because of the. So my whole thing with that is I didn't think it was the water. I thought it was from the part we were talking about when they're fucking. I thought the insinuation was he knocked her up.
I was thinking that too, but I think the fact that he'd given him water and it was kind of a little bit off screenish, I think had a hint of a
Sure, I
tone to
can
that.
see
David, so the part that we're saying is which as a teacher really fucking I'm like no, never in a million years. Like why what the fuck?
Yeah, like the whole that was the whole. So the whole thing is she's a student. Or not. She's a student. She's a teacher. And so
At an
he's,
elementary
like,
school.
yeah, he's like aggressively attracted to her due to this water. Like he like craves her touch.
And
But the
so
whole time, like the whole leading. Yeah.
so he's going off to do some thing for a band with his friends. He goes to the train, but his body starts freaking out without her. So he leaves his stuff there and starts like walking to her. And at one point she's like at work. She looks out the window. He's just standing there with like in the middle of all the kids, kind of stand there. She's like,
yeah,
what?
like at recess.
And so yeah, and she's like, what the fuck? She goes out there and like says, what the fuck are you doing? And he's been like kind of distant with her. He's not fucking her at all. Like she's like, hey, I'm horny. Let's fuck. And he's like, nah, I'm good. All of a sudden, dude's like fucking. He is ready. He is like on it.
Yeah, so they go in the bathroom stall and fuck, essentially, is what happens. But the whole time we're
Okay.
getting the whole time we're getting clues, and we kind of know going into the movie that they're getting kind of stuck. So naturally, what do you think would happen after you fuck for a little bit? You might end up getting stuck.
And there's one shot. Can you describe the shot?
Yeah, so the shot's essentially like camera just pointing down like this, and he's pulling away, and you see his cock just getting stretched out, like,
Yeah.
like trying to pull.
And so it's just like, and you hear like, or you saw a kid's feet outside the stall, and then you hear him run away, and so they're like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh, and she's like, you need to go, and so they're done, like they finished already, and he's like, I can't, and then she just goes, I'm sorry. He goes, for what? And just and just rips out. And then she leaves the stall. Teacher, the coworker, the one that's disciple guy comes in, is like, hey, what's going on here? Because obviously it's weird that you're in a boys' bathroom and you're an adult teacher. Weird, and she doesn't really know what to say. And then like blood starts going down her skirt, and he's like, oh, all right, don't do that. And as he's
All right, woman.
yeah, but then as he's leaving, he looks back and sure enough, Dave Franco's like foot comes out from below the toilet. I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers, that's so weird.
So weird.
Yeah, but yeah, that
You
happens.
dirty birds.
Yeah, that happened. There's a lot of really weird like those.
Another cool analogy, like because it's like dogs. Whenever they fuck, they get latched together. So
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
symbolism back to
Huh.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the first
fucking
thing
nodded in her.
too. Yep.
So yeah. What do you think about the ending?
Kind of weird, right? Because so like the whole thing, like towards the later half of the movie, you kind of get put on a timetable because it's mentioned numerous times, like, oh, my family's coming over on Sunday to eat breakfast or something.
They said it too many times. I think I'm like, all right, we get it. Like something's gonna happen.
Yeah, they said it the first time. It was like, okay, and then they say it the next time, like, okay, so we have a limited time span. Like, how long is it until Sunday? And that's how the movie ends. I'm pretty sure, right? It's her family showing up, or her
Yeah.
parents
So
showing
well,
up, and they're
so
like,
the disciple guy, when he was given the whole expedition dump, which again I think now is the part where I'm like, yeah, I could have done without this. He ends up like cutting her like right here, but like long ways, which if you're an emo kid, you know that was the thing that we no nos. Uh, it just like like bleeding out. And so when they're doing the whole like their bodies are coming back together after she runs back, uh, they realize, okay, well, to end this, one of us has to die, and Dave Frank was like, all right, well, I'm out, and she's like, no, you don't have to. And he's like, what do you mean? She's like, I'm bleeding the fuck out right now. So you assume that, all right, he can go on, and she passes away. We jump a little bit, and you find out that he actually covered up her wound with him. So like they're fusing together currently, and that's how she was able to stay alive. Was like their arms were fusing together. And this is like the one part where the body horror really starts amping up. Was like you start seeing like their like arms. It felt like some why am I blanking on his fucking name? I hate this right now. Junji Ito's shit, right? Where it's like it's getting really funky,
definitely.
like all of a sudden. And I thought it was a kind of a sweet moment when they start kind of realizing that, right? I just don't like the end result of that. I think that's dumb.
It was really funky, right? Like that didn't need to happen.
Yeah. So
Well, because the whole thing with the disciple guy, you kind of learn like, oh, this isn't one guy; it's two people that have been fused together,
mhm.
and they're living in one body, and so that's essentially what happens with them at the end.
Yeah, which makes sense, I guess. Like I can't say they can't do that because of that whole all being a thing. You know what I was I kind of hope in hindsight. I kind of wish it was a what the fuck is that movie that happened? Malignant. I kind of wish it was like Malignant for a bit.
Dude, I fucking love Malignant, dude.
I fucking love Malignant. My wife hates that film, but I love how it's just so stupidly like 5 different movies stapled together.
But you know how cool it would be if that was like a Malignant style thing where he kind of lifts his hair and it's like him on the back too.
That's what. So I called the twist because like when she first goes to his house, she rings the bell, and
I
right
didn't
there, I
catch
was
that.
like, oh,
Usually I
that's one of
catch
the
that shit.
bells.
I'm like, what the fuck? All right, cool. Like, yeah, you got me.
Yeah, so she rang the bell. I'm like, oh, well, that's one of the bells. And then he gives the info dump. I'm like, he knows too much. And then once you start like realizing, I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be like a face on his chest or something. I thought we were gonna get some cool like more body horror in that way, but
It
we were
looked
kinda
like it from
left
far
at
away though,
like,
because whenever she was running away, it kept them in the dark in the back for a bit.
yeah, he was changing because she smacked him in the head, so his head was like reforming. It was kind of like,
Which I wish we got something like that though. Like I don't know, that was like that got picked up and dropped in a second.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like he had nothing to do like after that bit because he's just. So the whole thing is like whenever she leaves his house, he mentions like, oh, I'll show you my wedding tape, and so she ends up having to come back like later that day or something, needing his help, and there's a TV playing the wedding tape. And so she goes in there. He's sitting in the corner like a little cuck watching, and that's when he tries to kill her. But she escapes and gets away. But he just stands there, like they have like this whole. She goes back, meets back up with Dave, and they do their whole thing, and he doesn't ever show back up.
Why is he
That's what
trying
I'm
to kill her?
thinking, like-
Actually, I didn't think about that.
Exactly. Why? Well, I think so. It's shown their process as they each slit their arms, and then that's how they fuse together. So, like,
Does he
their wounds,
suppose
like-
that maybe that because they're dying that he was gonna do that to save her, and that's would have been the reason why they ended up
I thought
fusing?
he was just getting her ready for it because I think the whole thing was Dave was supposed to be close, but he ran off and went to the sanctuary or
Right.
whatever the shrine, and the whole thing was he was going to slit her open, have her ready so she couldn't get away from Dave, and they just
So is it? How
Yeah.
about actually no? Does that make sense actually? So if one person, if one of the hosts or one of the people is not like on the verge of death, they can't properly fuse together. Because I was gonna ask, is why were there fucked up people in that well?
those were the hikers. They got stuck down there. They couldn't get back out.
Right, but if they drank the water and they fused together, wouldn't it just have happened? Right, they can't fight it at some point. Right, at some point it just comes together.
I don't know. That's kind of because also like they weren't perfectly fused when we seen them too. So I wonder what happened there.
Right, so I'm assuming that what perfectly fuses them together is the sacrifice of one side, and the other one having to save them.
It could be for sure. Because it definitely because there's even people like it it looked like there's people like fused into the wall too.
Yeah, so I
Kinda like
assume those
what
ones
it
were the
was.
ones fighting it, or just didn't have a host to like purely live off of. I don't know. The movie is great. Like I'm kind of picking apart it a little bit more than I should, but it's still really solid. It had a bunch of like lines as horror movie of the year and stuff like that. I don't agree with that.
No.
But it's still fantastic. I think Weapons is gonna beat it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Weapons this weekend.
I'm too excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that. But overall, I still liked it a lot. I do think Together is a fantastic date movie though.
Yeah, no, it was a good entry. I'm definitely excited to see what that dude does next. Michael Shanks, I think, is the director's name. So it'll be cool to see what comes of it.
Oh yeah. All right, let's bring everyone in on this now.
Fantastic Four.
Let's do it. Fantastic Four talk. Initial impressions, David. Since I'm keeping you in the quiet there. What do you think of it?
Yeah. It's good to finally have an adequate Fantastic Four film.
Alrighty, Kels.
I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I recently learned that there's some people that think that the music in that movie was terrible.
Excuse
or
me?
Not memorable. And I think that was like one of the main highlights of the movie. So people are stupid.
The music was spot on for the era it's trying to replicate.
The music was like incredible. And once they said that, I was like, surely like they're the idiots here. So I went back and re-listened to it. Bangers. That's a great
Yeah.
soundtrack. I love it.
So, yeah, no, I had a great time during it. I do feel like people are trying to shit on it more, especially because with the movie is not doing as fantastic as Marvel was probably hoping it would. But I think
Because you would expect a Fantastic Four film, especially under the MCU, would be popping off right now.
well, honestly, the talk was going into summer of the three, Jurassic World, Superman, or Fantastic Four, who was crossing $1 billion, and none of them did.
And so the weird thing for me is like I don't think Fantastic Four is like a summer blockbuster movie, right? Like that.
It didn't.
So
It
for
didn't
me,
feel
there's
as bombastic as one would be.
Well,
No,
for
it was
me,
a
there's very few like superhero franchises I feel like are summer blockbuster movies, right? There's like maybe Spider-Man, Superman's definitely one, Avengers would be another one, and then maybe like Iron Man or something like that. But that's under like if it was Robert Downey, blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
all sorts of different like situations. But no matter who's playing it, what they're doing with a Superman and Spider-Man, I feel like are the summer blockbusters.
No, this isn't the same way that like Doctor Strange does, where it's like if you are intimate with the characters, it's a fantastic romp. If you're not, it's a solid introduction, but it's not anything more than an introduction in a lot of ways. Especially where it feel the to go into like an immediate downside for me, like the unfortunate thing is half of this movie is basically just the heavy lift of like setting up what's to come. There's a lot of buildup of like, okay, how are we gonna get to what we need to for the MCU? And really, a lot of the movie feels like it's centered on that solution.
That, but also the movie didn't end how I thought it would end. Too,
No.
especially after seeing Thunderbolts, because I'm like, okay, this is how it's gonna happen, and then once you get the conclusions, like, oh, that did not end in.
No, I was not expecting that scene to be in the end credit sequence.
I figured something like
so
that would
funny.
be, but I was expecting some more semblance of connectiveness. That Spider-Man's not really going to connect that much. I don't think. Like it's
No.
it wasn't even supposed to begin with. It like Doomsday was supposed to come in first. We're going into a fucking Avengers movie, and there is nothing really.
There's nothing else that can join them at this point.
All we really have are like the last little bit of like Shang-Chi, and then like what else was Wong in? Was it Multiverse of Madness that they had?
Yep.
The like council of the new Avengers team.
No, that
Like
was
Rocket
that was
Barrel.
Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi at the end, yeah, at the end of Shang-Chi, Wong came up and was talking to Aquafina and he had Bruce Banner and Captain Marvel there, giving him the lowdown of the rings because they were transmitting a thing that was going to be eventually Kang.
Right.
Going into that. Yeah, there's nothing in this, which is like think of it back. Go back to Infinity War, right? Thor Ragnarok was like it was great, but then yeah, it had that like what is that? And then we had that looming threat of just knowing Thanos is like coming, right?
Well, I mean that's the thing, especially with phase 1 through 4. Thanos was always a looming built-up
3.
threat, and yes,
Yeah, he was, but
yes.
oh, I was shocked that we didn't have that, but I don't know. I guess I also know they don't really. New Rockstars was doing some deep diving into it, and apparently, so the Thunderbolts part of that had the teaser for Doomsday, that was written by someone not of the Doomsday writing team.
But it was filmed by the Russos.
Yeah, and so Fantastic Four was also filmed by the Russos, but I don't know if they know who wrote that one specifically.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So that all aside, also apparently that was Robert Downey Jr. on screen, which, I mean, that's cool, but
Unnecessary but cool.
because I think these are just parts of Doomsday. I would hope at least. I really don't. I really wanted to go back to just show us clips of the next movie. I kind of agree with that. I think it was funny because like they're very adamant of like we're not telling the same origin story for Fantastic Four, and I get that. That's fine. But it felt like they still needed
it does
to,
what Spider-Man does. It kind of skips that.
but it still needs to do that a little bit. Like
So my favorite part of that is that beginning part where Mr. Fantastic is just beating the dog shit out of an orangutan, and no one has any clue as to why that would be happening. So like just someone going in to watch the movie is like, why is he fighting a monkey? What's happening?
fuck that monkey.
Because they don't specify. They're like, oh yeah, there's a mad villain named Red Ghost, blah blah blah. It's just like, oh, I'm just throwing hands.
So
at the monkey.
they cut out a lot of stuff, including even Red Ghost. They cut out which
John Malkovich.
Yeah, and it's funny because they again New Rockstars have really been diving into that, and it was like, and I kind of had the thing that I think you guys are kind of on the same boat where it's like we need to get Galactus as soon as possible, but they had to also even though they want to say they want to skip a lot of the building blocks, you have to have the building blocks to get there. And so it sucks because like
very surprised how quick we got to Galactus, honestly.
Yeah, I the only reason I think we're getting Galactus this quick is because I think that they're setting up that eventually he's gonna follow them. And then he'll be another returning threat basically down the road.
Well, I mean
he's absolutely gonna follow them. He has a hunger.
He hungry. He hangry actually now. I mean they left it was it? They left it ambiguous as to where the portal threw them to. So like they can pop up Galactus in another universe if they really want to. They put Galactus just like down the road.
Well, Galactus is like a Nexus being, kind of like how Wanda is. Every universe has a Galactus.
Right. But I mean like with what Reed Richards did, you could just pop up at 616 all of a sudden, and like all of a sudden be there, but there's
see, that's the thing that surprised me with that too, is because Thunderbolts ends with the Fantastic Four ship arriving,
which everyone was like, all right, surely this is how the movie ends, and no, not whatsoever.
Right. No, it ends on a happy note, like the heroes win, essentially.
Which it makes sense, and think about it, because I know everyone was like saying they have to lose, but I'm like, I think that's a really weird way of going through it, because like, how do you want to introduce this big Marvel thing that's going to be going off and start them off by just losing out the gate? That doesn't really establish anything. I think what was mentioned, and I kind of agree with, but I also understand the rationale with it, is they didn't really use their powers too much. Like, well, Reed Richards for sure barely used anything, which is a thing, right? But they kind of established they don't really need to. They're just so well coordinated together.
That wasn't the thing.
Yeah. Human Torch was the only one bouncing around places, but they don't really need to.
Him and Sue.
Yeah, Sue. I mean, Sue popped off at the end for sure. There was a whole thing that they figured out that I think due to some set production video or set leaks, that Johnny was gonna go to Shala Ball, is that her name?
Yeah.
Was gonna go to her planet because he's walking on a
Mm.
beach at some point in the set leaks. So he was gonna either go there either like actually or by dream or something. He was gonna go there and figure out all that stuff because the movie just kind of rushed through. Like it's kind of like, hey, he's working on this by the way, just because we're gonna come back to it. But I guess the initial filming did show him really deep diving and trying to like figure out the situation with her because it does kind of like end kind of anticlimactically for like something that was like progressively looking like it was going to be a thing.
Well, it's also unfortunate because of the fact that they have 4.5 characters they kind of have to focus on for this movie. And because of that, Ben kind of gets thrown to the wayside throughout a lot of the story elements. They have a lot of teases throughout the film of like a potential interest in Natasha Lyonne's character there. Just to really not have that be anything that comes of anything until basically the very end of the film.
I was really wanting him to have some more about that like human because the trailers felt like he was gonna have that whole like humanist aspect of like missing out on all that stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't really have that. I don't want to speak too much negatively because I actually really enjoyed the movie. But it had a lot to juggle. There was a lot of things that it had to kind of bounce around and be successful. And I think it did land all those, but
well, I mean that's the thing is I don't have a lot of negative to say of the film in like the sense of like I didn't dislike it. I thought it was a good film, but that's kind of its problem is it has a long legacy of shit film adaptations, and it's like, yeah, it's the first good one. And that's unfortunately the most I can say about it. It's like, yeah, it's the first good one.
I can agree with that. I think we're all kind of just jaded on some of the last ones. Maybe we're just kind of like looking down on them because I feel like if you put this in like phase 2 or phase 3, we're like, oh hell yeah, that was a great time. Thunderbolts is really the only one that stuck out to me as like, holy fuck, this is amazing. I still really liked it. I just don't know if I'm just kind of down on it. Like in hindsight, I enjoyed it. Like I had fun with it, but maybe I'm just kind of like looking off a little bit and be like, damn, how are we gonna get to a fucking Avengers movie next? Like again, I'm kind of like, I know Spider-Man's there, but I just don't think Spider-Man with Sony is gonna really move the needle in that direction. I just really have no idea how we're getting.
I don't know.
Doomsday.
The set leaks for this new one has me super excited.
Say what?
Because all the set leaks for this new one coming out has me super.
No. I'm excited for Spider-Man.
Yeah, brand new day.
Oh no, I'm excited for it. I just don't think it's moving the needle for Doomsday. Right? Like, because it's kind of like how we thought No Way Home was gonna like bring all this multiverse stuff back, and it was like, nah, it dipped in for a second. Sony's like, all right, peace, bitches. We're gonna close it back up, except for fucking Adrian Toomes.
And again, it's the fact that it's like we have no build up into the next Avengers film. Like every Avengers film has had something to kind of build into it. And we basically have 2 teases that if you are familiar with the production and behind the scenes, you get how they tease the next kind of Avengers film. But unless you're in the know, you don't immediately grasp how they're leading to the next Avengers.
They're not done with
film.
the script. Rebecca Romaine's like, I don't know if I'm done with Mystique yet. They're still writing it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, brother. This was gonna come out in May?
Well,
That's
that
not
makes
happening.
me see. That makes me not necessarily excited, but that makes me think that maybe it's kind of like a reshoot situation. Like she is done, but if there's more, it's kind of like, hey, we might need you for something else.
Again, I think the Russo brothers just thrive in that Marvel chaos. So like, maybe I'm talking down a little bit too much. I don't know, man. The state of Marvel sometimes is just a little wonky with me, but let's wrap that up though. I would like to talk positively about Fantastic Four because it was still a really fun movie.
Yeah, I like just staying on Avengers for a second. I'm kind of firmly in the camp now where I think Avengers can kind of be like a emergency button that gets pressed not only metaphorically, like in the real world, but in universe too. Because I mean, there's an emergency going on. We need the Avengers. Press the button, release the Avengers.
Do you think Doomsday is really gonna? I think you know what. Now you mention it, And I feel like that's kind of what we're leading to is Doomsday is really going to be about how messy everything is currently and how
Yeah,
oh, no one's been talking to anyone. What the fuck?
yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna be because we have the new Avengers, we have Sam, we have like Strange and whatever the fuck he's fucking off doing in the dark dimension or whatever. We have the
No one knows
Fantastic
who the
Four now,
fuck
so I
Peter
think
Parker is.
yeah, no one know. Well, that's why I hope we get that moment with Hulk where Hulk knows who the Spider-Man is because that's
Also,
a big
where
thing
now
now.
we have the Netflix stuff. I mean, we potentially have the Defenders as well.
Yeah,
Well,
so my thing is like I feel like yeah, it is messy going into Avengers, but I feel like they can work with that. I feel
if
like
they
they can
if they
write
double
that
down
into
on, hey,
whatever.
yeah, we get everything is messy and that's why this film is kind of fucked up right now in that way,
Right.
I can kind of fuck with that actually. I like that style of thinking.
And I mean, Secret Wars is the reset button. It's the Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's the Big Bang. I mean, that's the whole point. Like you can acknowledge the messiness and you can kind of address that in a neat way that kind of builds up what's next, and then Secret Wars just resets it all to where you can fix and course correct on it.
So yeah, going back. Because Infinity War needed to disband everyone, or Civil War kind of did that actually, but Infinity War needed to show how dismantled everything was, even though we felt unified in Phase 3. And he had to really dismantle that, bring together but dismantle it. Whereas I guess naturally Phase 4 and 5 has already kind of fucked things up in that sort of way where it's like, all right, we're already dismantled. Doomsday is here, baby. Doctor Doom's here, and what do you mean no one's talking to each other? What do
Yeah,
you
we gotta
mean
rally
no
around
one knows
something.
where everyone's at? What the fuck? All right, I kind of fuck with that idea.
And I thought it was really interesting, like how going back to just Fantastic Four in general, how they made Sue like the diplomat, uh, and so it kind of gives her a closeness to Victor already. Like maybe she already knows Doom in this universe because she's worked
Well, that's
intimately with Latvian affairs. Because
well,
they
that's what I.
we have that scene with like the whole collection of countries
He's
together
out.
'cause
He's
they're
like,
banding
I don't give a
together,
fuck.
and he's not.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not there.
they teased it
So
like 3 times that Latveria
yeah,
has no representative sent.
yeah, exactly. So that makes me wonder. It's like, oh, are they gonna have like a relationship there between Sue and Victor? Like maybe because traditionally it's Doom and Reed.
And
They were roommates.
I
Well,
they
that and depending on who's writing Fantastic Four, everyone had Sue at one point in time as their love that got away.
Yeah, the Thing had her in the Ultimates.
Yeah,
so they made Reed Richards shockingly like timid in Fantastic Four. I think like he was not very confident the entire time he had, and which again, family, Fast and Furious. But like they really like hyped him up in that end too. But yeah, it was really Sue leading a lot of the speaking on that end, and Reed just kind of took a step back, like I'm just the brains of the operation, brother.
That's how has been like here more recently in comics. I feel like too. He's
Okay.
not, and even like traditionally in comics, he's not like a brash, outspoken leader. He's been able
unless
to
he's
think,
putting Sue in her place, then he is brash and outspoken.
hey, you
Because how
gotta let
dare
her
a
know
woman speak
sometimes.
up sometimes?
Right.
So yeah, let's dive into Fantastic Four just proper now. Love the cast dynamic. Like you could feel it when they
Yes.
were going through. Like the cast is really together, and yet you could feel that when they were going through. Like they really
It
bounced off
feels
each
like
other.
a family film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love that. Galactus is I don't like how it ended with Galactus. I'm like, all right, come on, like put some respect on Galactus. Bro ain't getting hit like by that. Come on. But then you got to realize, like, I mean, I guess the way out is like, nah, it was Sue and spoilers. I guess we've already spoiled shit, right? Are we?
Right.
Yeah, fuck it, yo.
My bad, spoilers. But it was definitely not Sue alone. I guess I could say, right, with all that. Like it was a technically a 2v1 if we kind of want to say it that way.
Man, I thought they were going to give Johnny his moment, and I think that would have been really cool too to have him push him through and like
Yeah.
in Avengers with Iron Man, how he
Yes.
sent the bomb back to him,
That's exactly what I was expecting out of that moment.
or even have Silver Surfer rescue him. That'd been cool too. But it kind of does suck that he kind of had that moment taken away from him because it was like an earnest, like really heartfelt superhero moment for him.
Right. They could have flipped those for sure. I think have him sacrifice and then Chala Ball just like swings him back, says no, it's not it. This is my thing. Yeah, I could see that. But again, I don't like the whole thing. Like, yeah, Sue alone push back Galactus. Like, come on, brother, that ain't happening. But is what it is on that. And I do say Galactus is terrifying. And like in the initial meeting of that, I'm like, all right, bro, you guys nailed this shit for sure.
They got the
yeah.
aura of him so well.
Like I haven't seen like something on that scale done as what. So in What If, whenever they did Uatu at first, they really shown like that the size scaling really well, and I feel like they did kind of that same thing here with Galactus. They really kind of gave it that there's like almost an anime film to it, wasn't it? Like they gave him like that glint in his eyes, and he had like the big whoosh.
Yes,
and kind of realized.
Truly, I feel like it helped a lot. That as much of him as possible is practical as well. It really added a weight to him.
Yeah, like the scenes of him stomping around in the city where you just see his feet, those are miniatures. That's so fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. Not to reiterate, but that just reminds me is they were saying that there was credence to Johnny going to different planets trying to look for Chala Ball's home planet. That's why they iterated so much on the whole you can only do your flame powers for 2 minutes in this suit, and that's why he was so eager to get to space, which makes sense when you fill up those gaps too.
How's his flame powers work in space?
I wish I knew.
Carefully.
Somehow, some way it worked.
They work until all the oxygen from his own body dissipates.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
I do like. I wish they kind of extrapolate a little more. Like you always saw Giganto for about a fourth of a second.
Yeah. Well, unless you got Little Caesars anytime here recently.
Yeah, that's true actually. But I kind of wish they kind of like went a little more on that montage because that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I wish they like expounded a little bit more on Lil Franklin, because like I was having to explain to my wife because she was like, why did he want the baby? Like, what's going on here? It's like,
bro's OP as
Because they just casually bring up the idea of the power cosmic, but don't ever actually explain the idea of the power cosmic.
Right. Like they mentioned that and I squealed and she's like, what's that mean? And I was like, I'll explain after the movie.
Essentially, bro's OP.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, her coming back alive, that was him. Like he can rewrite reality, whatever. He can make things exist just by thinking of them. So he's like, God,
he is God.
Yeah, and he basically will be unchallenged until Scott Summers has his daughter, and then we'll get X-Men versus Avengers.
My favorite scene
Actually,
for sure.
Do we get Hope Summers? I don't.
I
don't think we will.
My favorite scene the whole movie was for sure their escape when they were getting chased by Silver Surfer in the ship, and they were trying to balance.
So fucking cool.
Yeah, they're trying to balance the Sue giving birth during all that too. That was cool too, because like they weren't really panicking too, which is cool, right? Like that showed how like much teamwork they had together, where they're like shit was going south and they were trying to figure things out, and obviously they were stressed out, but like they were handling their shit, which I thought was cool. Like, by the way, I love Herbie. That was my goat right there, and I'm like, and he was the most expendable one. I'm like, they're gonna kill someone, they're gonna kill Herbie. And so, dude, when oh man, like my heart was like thumping when Galactus is walking over and poor Herbie just like playing with Franklin, and then he turns around and sees Galactus there. I'm like, you motherfucker, don't kill Herbie. And luckily he just kind of like just pushed him away for a bit. I was like, oh, don't kill him. That would have been tragic if he's just doing his job. I just kind of play with the baby, and then this giant motherfucker comes and destroys him. I was ready to fucking go off, dude. But I loved his I loved the characterization they gave to him. Like, what was I think I forget. I think Johnny pats him on the head one time. He kind of purrs like a cat almost. And I love that he's kind of bouncing around doing whatever he needs to help out. He's helping out Reed. One of my favorite moments was Sue walks in and sees Herbie building the crib, and she's like, Reed, aren't you supposed to be doing that? And he's like, Herbie's doing it. And I like that moment too.
What's robot for?
Right, and when they're getting away to Ben's like, come on, I need your help, Herbie. So he comes out and helps him out. I don't know. I love Herbie. Like that was a really cool addition. No, I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. We haven't seen Herbie in the other movies, right? Or did
Nope.
we?
He wasn't. Nah, he wasn't in those.
Yeah, so I'm glad they did do that because I thought out of everyone that was gonna die, I was like, they are gonna kill Herbie, right? Is that gonna be a thing? I'm like, all right, cool, no casualties, thank God, we're good.
That is another amazing positive I have to give to this series. Is it really nailed the retrofuturism so perfectly? It was absolutely a breath of visual fresh air.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, it looked really good. Like I was the whole time, like I was kind of enamored with like everything going on in the background. It's like, oh, is that a movie poster over there? Like, what movies are they seeing? Type
Mhm.
shit. Like what drinks are they having here? It really made me want to just like take a step into that.
Right.
It allowed you to get lost in a world again, as opposed to being like, it's our world, just a little different.
So,
Yeah,
and it not to go back to Avengers, right? But I imagine that's actually what a lot of the rewrites were. They kept the same set designer as Fantastic Four, and I want to say I forget, or Fantastic Four and Loki set designer. They kept them on as set designer for Doomsday because apparently they have a lot of plans to stay in 838, which by the way was a really sweet reference. I didn't realize when they had it at the end. That was a
Yep.
key reference on them. But they're gonna plan to stay in 838 for a little while, which makes sense as to why they're keeping everyone. But also it's kind of cool that we could live in that world for a little while too, because it'd be a shame to create that cool Fantastic Four world and just throw it away right away.
yeah, it's really interesting too, because like whenever you have situations like that, it's like, oh, are there any more heroes here? Like we had that universe with the Illuminati, so it's like, will we
Yeah.
ever go back there? What's his name? Mordo is still pissed off at Strange there too.
I'm actually kind of surprised we didn't get more like a side, not even like a cameo, but like a reference of like other heroes there, because I know it's early on, so technically that's our way of getting away with like, yeah, no one's a hero yet, but it makes you
Technically, Wolverine would have been active in Cap ish.
it makes you wonder though, right? That like, because you don't want to just like say, all right, the Fantastic Four just leaves that world and comes to here, because that's not them, right? Like they're like, we try to save everyone. That's the whole point. And if their world gets fucked, it's like Thor losing Asgard, but like on a fucking much higher level of like, oh, we lost the entire fucking planet. And then we just trust them to come back in 616. Like, all right, we love you guys. Like we trust in you guys, right? Like, so it can't just be like they escape. So I'm curious to how they justify. I mean, I think we know, right? Is like Victor takes Franklin. They probably chase after him to get him. But like, I kind of wonder what the justification of because the way they state it in the movie is the Fantastic Four are the heroes. They're the ones that do everything to keep everything safe. If they leave,
Like
the
the
world's
champion of
fucked,
the earth.
right? So they're gonna say, "Hey, we're gonna leave the planet for however long because we gotta chase our baby." Everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Like, okay, I guess, you know, like.
Well, like so, it's probably me use my logic brain, but like so in the MCU proper, it's like, okay, we have Cap, and then everyone, it's kind of like an arms race. Like, oh fuck, we need a super soldier. Why doesn't Russia have their own super soldier? Why doesn't blah blah blah? Why don't we have another Cap? And they do Isaiah Bradley. So it makes me wonder if like in the 838 world, if like there's contingencies like that going on with like the government or something. They're like, oh fuck, we need a super soldier. Let's get on the Captain America project.
Do you? I don't know. Maybe I'm way overthinking. I know. I don't know why I said maybe, but like, yeah, I would imagine maybe that the Fantastic Four leave.
I
And
think
that's
I'm overthinking it.
the Fantastic Four leave, and that kind of leaves that world trying to like fill that void, right?
Right.
I don't know. I
And like,
just
what's going to be the crux for them to leave to 616 too? Because we all thought like, okay, Galactus is going to eat their universe. They're going to travel interdimensionally. They're going to pop out. But the whole thing is, they win. Their universe is fine. Galactus is gone. So what's going to be the driving force to get them over? Unless, like you said, and Doom takes Franklin, and somehow he hops to 616, and they know to go there. I don't know.
I think actually I would love to once. Are we have any other big comments on Fantastic Four?
No.
No, good film.
I
just want to rewatch it.
Let's theorize this for a little bit. How the fuck do we get into Doomsday? What's happening there?
Doom steals baby Franklin. They chase after him. In the chase, they take a pit stop into 616. Thunderbolts are like, hey, what's going on with that? Meanwhile, Sam is probably like, what the fuck's up with that? And basically just a bunch of other teams are like, hey, what the fuck's that? And then
Damn
they
your
get
head.
pulled into the joyride.
I mean, well, no, I think we're detouring to X-Men first.
But we don't have any room to really detour.
So
the next film is the first half of this
So-
basically Doomsday Avengers
well,
series.
check this. There was one slight leak, I guess, one interview that happened with the guy that plays Nightcrawler, who was just like,
Alan Cunning.
yeah, he was like, oh yeah, I got to fight Pedro Pascal. That was fun. And I was like, okay, so X-Men and
Yeah, but that just means like, yeah, X-Men are going to be there. We all expect that, but I don't think we stop for like a full X-Men adventure. I think it's to be like, oh hey, by the way, and then a lot of people are just going to be shuffled in.
Well, it's also okay. So X-Men aren't part of 616. So
Yeah.
how do the X-Men get there in the first place too? So
right.
I'm
Why
thinking
do they
all
have
of
any
that has
care to do
be-
that?
Yeah, so I'm thinking all that has to be after the whole Franklin situation, because the only way I see any of that happening is Franklin opens up, like, just puts everything together for what he's gonna be the Deus Ex Machina here. If
He's going to
for
be the one that
all the-
allows everything to be okay in the end.
Yeah, well, that and for everything to fuck up in the first place, because as of right now, we don't know if Doom has any magic powers. We don't know if he's has like, if he does, what's the scaling here? Is he like Doctor Strange or Wanda strong, or does he need to like get more power? Like, what's going on here? So, I think the only way for us to get to a combined like universe, almost a battle world, is we need Franklin at this point. And even then, like, how is Doom gonna harness that? Like, is it gonna be like brainwashing? Is he gonna to somehow convince Franklin to do it? Like, what's the crux here?
Right, because Franklin is how old? Like he's 4, I think. Instead 4.
Yeah,
3
he's
years
4
old?
at this point.
Yeah, I think it said 4 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we see him hanging out with Doom.
Just chilling with Uncle Doom,
Right.
As you do.
as
Yeah.
you do.
It's interesting. I wonder. I'm trying to piece together what the story is, and I'm wondering if they're doing
Well-
the same thing right now too.
Well, because like the only other way I can see him doing is like you said, maybe a mutant they could get to alter reality, but even then you'd have to get like Legion or something like that. And I just don't see Doom fucking with that. And
But-
Doom himself isn't like magically as like strong enough to.
Yeah, because we don't have
Sunder
Wanda anymore, and the only other
She's back.
mutant
She's
aside-
totally coming back.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we still have a copy of the Darkhold somewhere, and maybe Doom gets a hold of that, maybe, and that's the other option.
Do you think
but
it becomes
other
like a
than that-
montage of Doom's research just coming back and unfucking a lot of this shit in a way?
I think it could be. I think Doom could have been lurking in the background and learning from like things that just happened, just kind of taking. it
No,
all
here you
in.
go. Here you go. Here's what it is. All right. He figures out shit about the TVA, goes up, fucks up the Yggdrasil tree, learns about everything that way,
Fucks up Loki.
and Loki maybe dips out and tries to find some help like that sort of way. He's like the Bruce Banner kind of what If Anywhere kind of was.
I think that was a leak before too. Like Loki had a big part to do in Doomsday or something.
Right. So he's doing that
So-
thing, right? So I think Doom goes there because, right, I think let's put ourselves in their shoes, right? Is Doom replaces Kang, and that's kind of what Kang was gonna do, right? He's gonna go up, find something like that on a Loki scale, and fuck things up that way. Doom instead does that, and he learns about all the things, and he's like, oh, okay, wait, this universe has lost their Scarlet Witch or whatever. I'm gonna go in there, undo that, fuck over this, fuck this way, and then he's just some sort of like weird way to combine some sort of jump ass logic to come in and like bring everyone together in that sort of fashion.
I just think there's somehow, some way you have to power level Doom like immediately, and I think the easiest way to do that is he comes in and like absorbs like something, or he like finds a copy of the Darkhold.
I mean, they could always just start at God Emperor Doom.
Yeah, but how do you get there is the thing. Like, was
Also,
he just always this strong, just not doing anything?
Yeah, in one of the other universes, he's already got Emperor Doom. Except unlike God Emperor Doom, he's evil and doesn't have the best for humanity at heart. And ends up wreaking havoc and wanting to spread that utopian vision to the other dimensions.
Kels, let me ask you this: how do you think we do with a superpowered Robert Downey Jr. Doom, and then how do we transition to a regular, like consistent Doom afterwards?
Yeah, who do we think's playing actual Doom after?
I don't want to say who I think, but I'm curious as to how we transition to like here's Iron Man Doom. That was fun, right? All right, let's have a real Doom come in and just chill.
Yeah, I'm still not fully convinced that he's going to be Doom. Part
I
of
think
me
he'll be
wants
the
to-
villain Doom. I don't think he will be our Doom though.
You think it's
Well,
like a
like,
Doom
part of
versus
me-
Doom at the end?
Yeah,
That'd be interesting because even like Marvel Rivals is kind of doing that because you have Doom 2099 and then the main Doom that are kind of like kind of
fucking-
working together, but also kind of not. They're like holding each other at arm's length,
So-
trying to see who's gonna flip first.
All right, so here, check this. Doom gets into TVA looking at this and he sees 616. He's like, oh, I'm Iron Man in this universe. Okay, let me see if I can manipulate that to my situation. He comes back in. He comes back in as like an Iron Man sort of style way. Says like, hey, I'm back. Something's going on here. He convinces everyone to work together for him. And that's how he gets the Avengers to work for him to get Franklin somehow, some way like that. And then maybe the Fantastic Four kind of like convince the mutants because they're so separate from 616 to come back with them. And that's how we kind of get like the Avengers versus X-Men fight.
Well, I think it all like it's gonna kick off from that post-credit scene. Like we got introduced to Doom that's in that 838 universe. I think that's him interacting with Franklin is kind of us. It kind of showing to us that Doom has the knowledge of the power cosmic. So maybe that means he's already magically inclined.
You think he tries to convince them like, hey, we have to do something with this baby, and they're like, no, fuck you, and he's like, all right, fuck it, I'll just do it then.
I think it's gonna be one of those things where it's kind of Doom's MO to be like, all right, this is in the betterment of what I want, so I'm just gonna take it. It's not gonna be like an ask questions sort of situation. And
Okay.
I'm feeling like he probably knows who the Fantastic Four are, what they're about, and probably seen the whole thing with Galactus. Jesus, there's something going on out there. So he has knowledge of like their skills, their strengths, what they bring to the table. So I feel like he has to probably be power leveled at that time after thinking about it. So I'm thinking he's just gonna snatch up Franklin.
Okay.
Smash and grab.
But
But then again, why is he going to 616? Why would the X-Men get fused into 616?
I
Or
think that
is
might
it just a giant battle world situation? Like they just wake up and they're already on the creation that Doom made with Franklin? Who
I
knows?
think he does 616 because that's him. He feels like he knows he can have an in by posing as Iron Man or something like that to like get everyone, because everyone loved Iron Man. You know, he's like, okay, cool. So I got everyone's sympathy, or I got everyone's trust in this universe as this. I'm gonna go in there and manipulate them to help me out, maybe, or something. Because obviously the whole thing is we used Robert Downey Jr. as a big red button to like save our asses, but there was obviously very much a story reason as to why that is too. The only reason I can
That's why I
say
think that he's not even going to play Doom. It's just kind of like a red herring that he's going to be coming back as Iron Man. He's going to be Tony.
so.
He's
That's
not
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying is I think he does play Doom in this way because follow me with this. So yeah, because his whole thing was same or new mask, same task, maybe, or something like that. So I think is maybe he feels like Franklin is the suit of armor around the world, around Battle World, right? And so he's coming in, and I agree with that. I think he comes in and just does the Iron Man spiel again, which gets everyone on board, but everyone's a little weird about it. But like, all right, cool, I guess we could trust you because we see you're Tony Stark. But he manipulates the situation completely, like right there. I think he's just a fuck because I think he takes advantage of how split up everyone is to run that.
Well, and also it's kind of established that Mr. Fantastic, Reed, he's kind of open to the idea of looking at all the options.
Yeah.
Because there's a big part of the movie where it's like, oh, you considered Kevin Franklin Doom, didn't you? It's like, well, I consider all the options. I have to.
Yeah.
So I think he's just gonna be open to the idea of looking at all the options. Because there's a big part of the movie where it's like, oh, you considered Kevin Franklin Doom, didn't you? It's like, well, I consider all the options. I have to. So it
I
could be one of those
also
things
I
where
also
Sue,
consider getting hit by a golf club. You never know if that's gonna happen.
right? So I feel like it could be one of those things where Sue knows she sees right through the bullshit, but Reed's kind of like, no, I think this is the time I'm veer away from what you're saying.
You think
But
he's gonna
I
be
feel like that's also antithetical.
the Star Lord of Doomsday and just kind of fuck up something?
Or he's gonna be the Reed of Doomsday and fuck up something like he did, and we'll get the Maker out of it. So that'd be really interesting.
Mm,
But I'd also kind of like to see one of the other Reeds that we've seen in the past be the Maker. That'd be cool, even if it's John Krasinski. But ideally, Miles Taylor as the Maker. It'd be perfect.
I think I like the idea of just a different read, just having different actors on it too. I think they've been doing solid with that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like having one of them come back as the Maker could be like a really cool redemption moment for him. Because the Maker's a really cool character. Although that's like a character that has a really long arc going on, so could be someone that needs to stick around for a while.
I could see I could see that logic though because of how much people loved what's his name in No Way Home, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
The audience loves a redemption moment like that.
right.
Okay,
Someone that gets to come back for it, redeem their role.
I'm excited. I just know, I'm glad you kind of phrased it that way because I'm a little bit better with it. But I just know that Doomsday is gonna be a clusterfuck of a movie. But if they play into that, then I think that's actually kind of a really cool plan.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm kind of indifferent. Like I am excited in the sense of like, yeah, a new Avengers film, but we are left with so little information about what the fuck is going on with these films that it's hard for me to kind of care.
Yeah.
And I'm fully
See, I think
confident
it's
that
gonna
the marketing is also going to play in it. Like they're not going to tell us anything.
Well, okay, so what if at the end of Thunderbolts, I'm thinking now, we get the scene of the ship. What if it's not the Fantastic Four on the ship? What if it's Victor and Franklin?
I'm as time goes on, I'm drifting way farther and farther away from it being the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I think that's too obvious. I think it's gonna be a thing where it's like, okay, I think that's gonna be the moment where we're gonna have like 6 different teams show up to this spaceship, and it's gonna be like that funny
Victor
ha-ha
and Franklin
moment. Well, it's gonna be that moment like, hey, who are you? We're the new Avengers. Hey, who are you? We're the Avengers. Hey, who are you? We're the young Avengers. Hey, who
like
are you?
Like a non-aggressive version of what happened in Civil War, where everyone's just kind of showing up one at a time.
And they argue about that, but then out of the fucking ship comes fucking Robert Downey Jr.
Right, we're gonna have a Victor and a Franklin moment. And it's gonna be like, oh, what are you doing here? It's like, oh, well, yeah. I want to see the whole disarray. Like, I want to see like 4 or 5 different teams like showing up and no one knowing what the fuck's going on. And I think it'll be a perfect embodiment for the MCU as a whole right now. But then it's gonna be like, okay, well, where's the Fantastic Four? And it'll kind of give them like a reason to try to travel dimensions. I think that'd be really interesting. Reed having to figure that out without Franklin.
I feel like maybe they just jump and they hit the X-Men, and that's when Spectrum comes in and kind of like gives a lowdown of shit that's been going down, and that she's the reason as to why they go to 616.
Yeah, did we get like a universe that she's part of the X-Men?
I don't know.
Or that her mom's part of the X-Men, Starhawk or whatever? Or no, not Starhawk. Firestorm. I can't remember her mom's X-Men name. But it didn't give us like a classification on that universe, did it? So I wonder if that could be part of the 616 X-Men then, or if that's the insinuation there with Kelsey Grammer being Beast still. Or I wonder if the insinuation is she's in the Fox universe.
I was assuming that she fell in the Fox universe, and that's a reason for them to, because now they have 3 universes to go through. It's 838 is the Fox universe. Well, I guess it's 4, right? Because Deadpool technically isn't in that.
The whole thing is like the hex gates that they go through. Those don't go through like into different universes, right? They're just like jump portals to a different area in the universe. So I wonder, like, I don't. Well, no, because her mom's alive, so
yeah,
that would be an entirely different universe. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that because there's 4 then, right? It's 616. It's the Fox. Then it's Deadpool's current one, and then it's 838.
No, Fox is Deadpool's current one. He's in the Fox universe, right?
I don't remember if that's where they ended up.
No, because Logan's a
It's been a
whole.
hot second.
Logan is the Fox universe, right? Am I wrong on that one?
Logan was in Fox's. No, Logan was in a different one actually, because that was the whole point. Is Logan was already dead in Fox's.
I thought that.
Well, okay, so Logan is like an alternate thing because Logan is supposed to be the Fox universe, but it's like a spin off from it, right?
It's a
That works.
standalone, but it's still
Right.
technically considered the end point.
Right. But it's kind of like not
So
quite a what if, but it's not like a sequel to it, but it's like, hey, this is that, just extended out.
but if that's the
Yeah.
case, though, then wasn't it the whole point of Deadpool? So I'm telling Mr. Roman, and then wasn't that whole like, oh, your Wolverine already died in this universe? So that's why he has to go and find another one.
Yeah, that was Logan.
Right. So then if Logan's the alternate Fox universe,
Well, it is the Fox universe, but it isn't the Fox universe, is what it is.
okay.
It's
I'm all fucked up.
This is it's the
I
Fox
gotta rewatch
universe
it.
without it. Well, Logan is the Fox universe without it being like X-Men 4, right? Or
Yeah.
it's just like this is the same universe, just like a later point in it. It's not like a direct
Okay.
sequel to it.
I'm going to make a reference that maybe Kels will get, but it's kind of like how Turn of Gundam is considered like the ultimate endpoint to Gundam series. Every Gundam series is eventually going to end at Turn of Gundam, but not necessarily every Gundam series is a sequel to each other. They just will eventually all end at Turn of Gundam.
I don't get the exact reference, but by what you're saying, that sounds like what I'm
You know
trying to
what?
say as well. Yes.
Clock it.
Because
Uh,
officially, like Logan isn't like canon to the Fox universe, but it is. It takes
Built on
those,
it.
Yeah, it takes those events from the Fox universe and uses that as its own canon for what happened in the past to lead up to
Yeah.
the events of the movie.
all right. Last question I'm gonna ask before I think we should move on. So does Gambit just straight up just go to the Fox universe then, just to get him in there?
So he popped through a sling ring. I'm guessing it has to be 616, right? Because it has to be one of the sorcerers that sling ringed him through.
Theoretically.
Because I think it was just who had the sling ring in the movie? It was Cassandra, and then
Yeah.
did we see who got the ring after her?
Mm-mm.
So maybe it's just Ned opening up random portals in Spider-Man's like dorm room or some shit.
Or it could potentially have been something with Wong at one point.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
or
like the
Wong.
I like the idea of him going to the X-Men universe though, just to see what could have been. You know, like here's what could have been with Change him rolling up in this universe. You know.
I think it would be really funny if Wong recruits them and they do the Avengers versus X-Men, but Gambit's on the Avengers side.
Yeah, because I don't think we're getting like the X-Men universe as we had it. I think the closest we get to is the X-Men via Deadpool.
I think we might get that team at the end of X-Men 3, right? The one or at the end of Days of Future Past, where everything gets reset back.
Maybe, if
think-
anything.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get that reset timeline where it's a good timeline essentially, where the school's up and going, all the
I didn't watch
the
that movie still.
X-Men team.
It's not good.
No, it's not. That good. Yeah,
Days of Future Past is not good.
None
I
of-
always heard good things about that.
No, it's fine, but it's not good.
Huh.
yeah, I liked First Class, and that was about it.
Yeah, First Class was the only one that was passable. And Days of Future's Past was fine, and I really hated Apocalypse.
and Dark Phoenix.
Yeah. But I think if anything, I think they would potentially touch on those X-Men because I feel like we're still due for another like super wink with Quicksilver, where we potentially go ahead and if we do get Wanda back, we get that Quicksilver properly back, as opposed to the like wink and the nod Quicksilver we got in WandaVision.
I think it'd be really cool if we got Quicksilver and nephew in that movie too. It'd be really cool to see the Avengers or the Young Avengers and X-Men. So
Yeah, with Billy. Fuck the other twin. No
Yeah.
one gives a shit about the other twin.
I can't remember his hero name because is it Speed, Wiccan and Speed?
Yeah, Wicked and Speed.
So Speed and Quicksilver.
Or
that'd be
Speedy,
cool.
I think maybe.
Have like a little face off of speedsters. That's one thing in the MCU I feel like is kind of lacking because we had
What are you talking about? We
girl
have the
from the
Eternals.
Eternals, and that was really sick. Yeah, no, that was
Makari.
sick, and that was her
Which,
scene was fucking.
you know what?
dope
Yeah,
in the
I'd say
war
like
movie.
it's funny how fucked that movie was, but like Makari was actually one of the few times I'm like, oh, super speed. The way that they're doing it right now is actually really fucking sick.
Yeah,
Then you
I
then I
actually
watched
like the
then
way
I
that
watched the
Super Speed
Flash.
was
I didn't even finish
handled
the
in-
Flash, but I watched it. I'm like, oh, this is
now. Yeah,
I did appreciate the way that the newer X-Men did handle the super speed. I felt like that was the most like grounded way to handle it.
with the slow motion.
Yeah, where he's just genuinely processing everything so fast that it's slow motion for him.
I hated it.
Wow, he's a hater.
Because it's like, why
Sad guy.
am I doing the way he processes? I just wanted to see him look cool.
Well, and like I hate how it became like a gag for the movie now. It's like, okay, new X-Men movie, Quicksilver's in this one. All right, we're gonna get a slow-mo scene. It's like, okay, it was cool the first once or twice, but whenever
Yeah.
we're repeatedly doing it, it's like, okay, what are we doing? Just going back to the old cookbook.
Do we have a lot of news to go through?
Yeah, we missed a lot of fucking shit last week.
Give me some highlights of those then.
We're not getting highlights. I actually want to talk about some shit.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about it, that's what I mean. If it's a highlights, if you want to talk about it.
All right. So first thing that one of the big kind of things that happened is payment processors were getting fucked with hard. So Steam followed by itch.io had a mass exodus of games from their platforms because of certain religious groups going ahead and crying to MasterCard and Visa about how we don't appreciate these types of games, and they got bullied so fucking hard that they then had to go to Steam and itch.io and say we can't process payments for these types of games anymore. Steam's initial reaction was to go ahead and just say, all right, give us an explicit list of what you want gone. We'll get rid of it. So Steam just no questions asked, bent the knee. itch.io actually had the more fascinating reaction, which is they went nuclear. Itch went ahead and they not only nuked the games that the organizations were complaining about, but they nuked basically every fucking porn game and a lot of hyperviolence games from their platform. And Itch is the more fascinating one for two reasons. Because one, Itch for the longest time was the indie developers platform. It was a platform that you got to set what your shared revenue rate was with the Itch platform. So, you know, you could earn as much or as little as you wanted to split the revenue. Really forward thinking in that regard. It was also the platform that just was the go-to for so many people. It was DRM free. It allowed you to create custom builds. It allowed you to have multiple builds of your game available for people to use. It had a pay what you want feature. It was just very flexible. The only real issue with Itch is that it was a nightmare to try and navigate. If you were trying to find new games to play, it was unusable. And that's always been its biggest issue. But apparently the owner of Itch basically had the same mindset as the people behind Tumblr, which is, even though porn is kind of what made Itch successful and is what kind of put Itch on the map and got a lot of people to actively use the platform, the second they had an excuse to get rid of it, they wanted it fucking gone. And basically went through multiple statements talking about how they don't want anything pornographic on the platform, period. They don't want anything hyper violent on the platform, period. And then indie devs just started a mass exodus. A lot of people started leaving Itch. A lot of people stopped buying shit on Itch. And it basically bullied Itch into a point where they are now in their current stance, which is they have a set list of things that they won't allow on their platform, and they're hyper fucking vague. You can pretty much release anything, and it is in some way against the TOS. But they also said that these rules only apply if you're now charging for games. Anything that is free, you can go ahead, do whatever you want. They don't fucking care. But anything that is a paid for product has to follow those rules. which has led to some interesting things where we've seen some indie devs refuse to leave the platform just because that's where their install base is. And honestly, it was the alternative for a lot of people. And so it is unfortunate that they don't feel they have an alternative. So, like, all right, cool, bet. We're just going to set up Patreons. People can go pay us on those platforms. And then we're just going to release the games as free on here. And then alternatively, the Chads over in Poland, our good friends at GOG, were like, oh, hey, Steam and Itch are bending the knee and preventing all these games from releasing. Why don't we just give away a bunch of free porn games? You know what? Everyone can have a fucking 20 some odd porn games. Here you go. Oh, and hyper violent games, have like 10 some odd hyper violent games. All of you can have this. Go for the gold. Because we're in Poland. What the fuck do we care? So now GOG is kind of setting itself up to potentially have a really good state of stealing a lot of the PC gaming market share just because of the fact that if Steam's bending the knee, no questions asked, and Itch was basically going fucking nuclear with it, if you already have one platform that's an alternative, and not only an alternative, but an outside this country alternative that just laughs and says, we'll take whatever fucking payment processor, we don't care. We're in Poland. What are they going to do to us? It sets themselves up for a fascinating dynamic. And it'll be curious to see what the landscape looks like going down the road here.
How many porn games did you download?
I grabbed all the free ones that were on GOG because I'm not gonna say no to a free game. Yeah,
good for you.
I'm not I'm a man that will not say no to free. You know,
free dog shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I saw there was an update about that. Wasn't MasterCard trying to dispute that, saying we didn't make them do that?
Yes, MasterCard's like, we don't ban anything that's not illegal, to which Steam immediately created a follow-up that said, no, fuck you. You are the ones that told us get rid of this. And now Steam and MasterCard are having a slap fight of no you.
Interesting.
Yeah, don't accept the blame when you can just point it and blame it on someone else.
Blame it on the alcohol.
The art of business, baby.
Hell yeah. Stop being weird. Let us download what we need to. I get if there's nothing like crazy obscene, that's fine. I do think it's that thing where you give an inch, they take a mile, you know. So I think it's careful of how much you bend at these people trying to dictate what you can and can't buy. Obviously, like there's a line for that, but like it can get very murky
think that's
very quick.
The key thing is that I think that truly, unless it is outright illegal, no one should be saying you can't sell any of it, because again, it's a slippery slope. It's always like, I'm going to start by going ahead and censoring this content because, again, who's going to say no to protecting the children from this shit? But then it's like, okay, now that we've successfully crossed that bar, let's start going after the gays. Now that we've gone after the gays, let's just go after the minority. Again, it's a secular cycle. We see it every time. We saw it with books. We saw it with movies. We've been fighting this battle of video games for a long time now. The second you allow the censoring of any one type of thing, it's just that, again, all right, we got that victory. Let's move on to the next one. Unless it is truly illegal, it should not be getting stopped from sales.
Agreed. What's up next?
Up next is Harada kind of teasing a fascinating new feature that we could see down the road for Tekken, because a lot of people have been asking, where's Tekken Tag 3? And he's like, maybe we should just have tag mode be an option in Tekken from now on.
I think that's
instead
smart.
Of focusing on, yeah.
I think doing that will let you alleviate the fact that you're not going to do the Tekken Tag 3 is not happening ever. Like, I don't think that's it just sold not well, and I think with just the popularity of proper Tekken, I don't think it's going to be a thing anymore. So why not just make it a mode?
I think it'd be so cool if they add it in as a mode and just like not balance touch it at all. Just like fucking let it be busted. Let people have fun.
Yeah, because there's no way to balance it without it impacting solo. So just be like, all right, this is the main mode, but here's the fun one.
Say you can go and do this, you can go and play this, but have your fun while you got it.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah. No, I fuck with that. I actually like that. That idea.
Yeah, no, I that'd be something really cool to introduce in like a year 3 pass. Be like entire new game.
Absolutely.
modes.
We also had an interesting return to kind of switch it to wrestling here real quick. Brock Lesnar has come back.
You can't stay away.
No, as much as he really should. So for context, for those that maybe have not been following the Janelle Grant lawsuit, Brock Lesnar is cited 46 times in the lawsuit between Janelle Grant and the WWE for them sex trafficking her. And she was actually a part of Brock's negotiations for his contract. The last time he was rehired was to basically be pimped out to her as part of the agreement for him coming back. And so it's kind of funny because leading up into SummerSlam, they did it for 2 nights this year rather. And one of the big announcements they had is that we're not going to do press scrums. You know, we're moving away from that format. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, we didn't care for the press scrums anyway. You know, it felt dumb having like a real fight press scrum for something that is a kayfabe world. It doesn't make sense. This isn't the UFC. Stop trying to be like the UFC in that regard. And SummerSlam ended with Brock Lesnar attacking John Cena. It's like, oh, that's why you're not having press at these events anymore.
They don't want to catch any heat.
And hilariously, Triple H, being the shittiest ever at deflection, in the end event little scrum they're doing where they just basically had Triple H talk with some of the announcers about what happened that night. The crowd is like, oh, we want Cross, because Karrion Kross has been getting a huge push with the fans, if not with the company lately. And absolutely tone deaf motherfucker trying to just be like, no, I'm gonna spin this my way, turns to the crowd's like, yeah, you wanted Brock, we brought him back. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Speaking of wrestling,
so yeah,
Hulk Hogan died since last time we talked.
Yeah, rest in piss.
All right, that's all we had to say about that. Moving on.
Hell yeah. If anyone wants to remember Hogan in the funniest way possible, Cultaholic Wrestling did a tier list of the best Hulk Hogan lies throughout his career. Absolutely hilarious video. It's like 20 minutes long. I do recommend it because that man has some insane things he has said throughout his lifetime, such as how he was almost the bassist for Metallica, about how he made a song for a child that was a Make-A-Wish kid that died at SummerSlam one year, and how he wrestled 400 days a year at one point.
I believe that one.
It's like that Steiner math.
So I highly recommend that one. It's a good, fun time to laugh at the stupidity and insanity of Hogan. He is someone that, yes, was important to the wrestling business. Yes, wrestling would not look like what it is now without him. But also, let's be honest, that's not entirely a good thing either. It's because of Hogan that unions don't exist in wrestling, because he sold out Jesse Ventura to McMahon when Ventura was trying to unionize the locker room back then. So who knows what the state of healthcare could have looked like for wrestlers nowadays. But and also, again, never forget the racist tirades that man went on. Never forget the political allegiances he had, and how much of an just the absolute scumbag Hogan was. Just full stop. Fuck Hogan. He won't be missed. And I'm glad that the last time he was seen in a wrestling ring was the entire crowd booing him out of the theater. So makes me happy to know that was the last time he was seen at a wrestling event, was the entire crowd booing him out because fuck him.
On Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah.
I'll send you guys a tweet right now. Go ahead, check that Discord.
You gotta send us a tweet.
It's a good picture I just saw. It's a cut from Fantastic Four when they come back from Galactus. We tried to negotiate, but Galactus, he asked too high of a price. The reporter asked, what does he want? Pedro Pascal says he asked for the Epstein client list. Our government right now.
Perfect.
I mean, they've already started subpoenaing everyone that was a Democrat that was on that list. So, I mean, things are happening, rest assured. Clearly, no Republicans are on that list.
Surely. All right, David, what's next?
What is next? Let's see. We talked about Evo. We talked about Fantastic Four. Oh yeah, so this is a fascinating one. Sony Interactive has filed a lawsuit against Tencent over the game Light of Mortarium, basically saying it's just a Slavish clone of the Horizon series.
Yeah, that looked kind of obvious from the trailer too, but I don't know. I didn't expect anything to happen for it.
I don't want anything to happen for it because again, we still have the lawsuit going on with Pokemon and Pow World, and while I don't like Pow World for using generative AIs to create shit, at the end of the day, I don't want them to lose that lawsuit for fucking game mechanics. I've said this before, and I will always say this: game mechanics should never be something that can be fucking copyrighted or trademarked or whatever bullshit regulatory law it is. Either way, it's fucking dumb to lock an entire way to play a game behind any one studio's ownership. That's fucking dumb. It kills innovation. And all it does is basically just allow for 2 to 3 games to be made with the idea and then never for that idea to see the light of day for the rest of fucking time.
True.
Yeah, it was less like the mechanics though, and like how it looked. Like it was.
Oh yeah, like
okay,
it does straight up look like that. But I mean, again, that's you don't see fucking Michael Bay's Transformers going after Transmorphers. When that hit theaters, that's life. That happens.
Yeah, well, Sony like lives and breathes on Horizon IP apparently, because wasn't it like something crazy like Horizon 2 is like 36 million units or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It was like, who the fuck is playing Horizon like this? So if that's the case, like I can definitely see Sony being extremely litigious about it because it feels like that's their breadwinner as of right now.
Which is so funny because like who?
Right.
Well, they can.
Where's your TV show, Horizon?
Well, they
Don't
don't
tell
have
'em.
another PlayStation console to remaster Last of Us 1 and 2 on. They got to wait a couple more years before they can do that again.
Speaking of Sony, I think season 2 of Twisted Metal started too, and no new Twisted Metal game. Such a travesty.
What a wild time. You actually have, unlike Halo, you have a successful fucking adaptation, live action of your series. And you don't do anything to follow up or capitalize on that. What a wild time. Still got to actually watch season 1, but again, shout out to Samoan Joseph for providing the body work for Sweet Tooth. I have adored that man since first seeing him in PWG way back when, and I'm glad the man is doing well for himself in life.
True.
What's up next, David?
What's up next is a lot of shit we kind of touched on a little bit already. That might already actually be all of it because I was thinking in a cohesive manner. We did not go in a cohesive manner when we talked today.
You're not jumping around. Let's be a sound.
Crisscross makes you jump.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it. Because you guys covered the Evo stuff. I think you were expecting Evo stuff on there.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Is that I was expecting that to take.
There was a
bit longer
third-party
and be
Nintendo
at this
Direct
point.
or Nintendo thing that was kind of a nothing burger. Nothing really popping up there.
I had fun with it. I didn't think it was bad. I just think people
wasn't
had
bad.
higher than they should have expectations. We have an indie direct tomorrow. I think it is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh no, it's the 7th. Is that?
With that said, then that's wrap. 3-hour podcast. We went back to it. Got back to the
Hell
olden
yeah.
days.
Spawn 4K has been announced. Go grab that.
Hell yeah.
Since we'll never get a new movie.
True.
Go buy Friendship on Blu-ray. There you go.
Hell yeah.
I've been realizing that how rough physical media has been. So like Sing Sing on Blu-ray is apparently a Barnes & Noble exclusive. Is either like Barnes or like A24's website. So I'm gonna need to grab that soon because I've been wanting to watch that. I wanted it on physical. Unfortunate.
I think they just did a re-release of the first 2 Eva Rebuild movies too. Like the box set form or the slip cover or whatever it is from GG Kids or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
David, I need you to watch Twin Peaks because what the fuck?
Yeah. As soon as I have time again.
Just create time. The fuck? Get your own
I
Franklin.
made the mistake of finding a job where I spent too much time working and not enough making money. Whereas before I did fuck all throughout the day and made a fuck ton of money. I went backwards.
You did go backwards. That was unfortunate. All right, y'all. That was it. David, send us out.
Remember, children, always use Linux. Mac is shit, but at least Mac is still better than Windows. He says while streaming on his mini Mac. Because it's true. Mac is shit. Every time I use this fucking thing, I just hate life more. I gotta throw fucking gain signs to just use any fucking shortcut on the keyboard on this fucking thing. Fucking the only
West Side,
good thing.
he screenshots.
The only good thing about the Mac OS experience, unironically, is Finder. Finder is a well-bit fucking file browser. I love Finder. I love the built-in renaming feature. I love a lot of the simplicity and the multiple ways to just quickly sort and organize data throughout it. I like Finder. Finder is the only good piece of software Mac OS has.
Man, like one thing I miss going like when I'm at work on Mac and then coming home being on Windows. In Finder, like if you need to rename something, just press enter. You press enter, you type it, you're good. Windows is like, no, you have to right click it. You have to.
No, you can just hit F2.
It's like, no, dude, I just want to hit enter. It's just right here. Just
Yeah,
enter.
but you can just hit F2.
No,
and-
enter is
and
so
rename.
much more intuitive.
No, but if you're in the WASD formation, you can hit the F2 with your pinky, not your pinky, but your middle finger.
Yeah, but if I'm in the WASD formation, my pinky is on enter. My right pinky.
No, it's on caps lock.
You should go
the
F-
right pinky.
You should go
yeah.
F2 yourself, David.
It's true. I should. But no, F2 is a beautiful, wonderful key. It's just right there.
No.
Yeah.
The
No,
Fs,
see, if
those
I'm
are
doing
for, like-
WSD, I have to like move my actual hand to get to the F2 on my keyboard.
Yeah, the Fs are for like brightening and dimming my
Well,
screen.
Stop having child-sized hands, Adrian. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Yeah. All right, stream. We're out.